The phones today have such good technology in them. They're better than probably our laptops and some of our computers.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
100%. The Pixel 4 that I just got is way more powerful than any laptop I've ever owned.
Really?
At least myself. Like the Surface I use for work is it's brand new, but yeah, this thing is a beast. The Note 10 has 12 gigs of RAM in a phone.
In a phone.
In a fucking phone.
That's crazy.
Guardian down.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 32 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple of dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe, and we discuss other things in gaming and entertainment as well. I'm your host, The Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here this week as well. How you doing, man? How's your week been?
I'm doing pretty good, man. My week's been all right. Not much going on, thankfully. So, not much else, man. Not much else at all. What about you?
Yeah, just getting excited, man. The next season of Destiny's coming in and just doing all that prep, getting ready for the stacking all my bounties, all that good stuff. So excellent.
Yeah, I was contemplating taking off on Wednesday.
Yeah, I worked a little extra hard today because I want to make sure I can take a day off next week because I know I'll be trying to crank it out before trials on the weekend. So, but well, good deal. Hey, we're all excited to introduce our guest of the show tonight. I'm actually a little starstruck here. He's a dad, a gamer, one of the original, the OG Dad's Tales podcast host, our friend from Canada, Mr. Stu Gotts. How you doing, man?
Hey, guys. What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. We're pumped, man. We're pumped to have you here.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Well, give a quick overview of tonight's show. We're going to catch up and hear Stu's story here. We're going to test his Twitch reflexes with our new and improved fast fire session we call the Speed Run. Next, we're going to catch up on the last week in entertainment and gaming, as we usually do every week. Hazel's going to go over the TWAB this week, and it is a meaty one. And since Destiny is a little slow at the moment, our main discussion tonight is going to be streaming services. Since we talk about what we've been watching and all the different forms of entertainment we do every week, I figure, why don't we talk about each and give our opinions, as us old guys have no problem doing that. And finally, we'll answer Twitter and Discord questions from our community, add 2 songs each from everyone here for our Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify and now iTunes. Hey guys, we got a lot to cover tonight. Let's get started.
So, Stu, thank you again for coming on, man. Thank you, sincerely. I mean, I'm, like he said, I'm starstruck just like he is.
Hey, man, don't be. I'm just like you guys. I have my servants put on my pants one leg at a time. So it's totally normal.
Okay. Well, we don't make servant money yet. So, we'll get there. We'll get there. But in the meantime, why don't you tell us about yourself? What do you do? Where are you from? Family? All that good stuff.
Well, I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Born and raised. I will probably live here my entire life. I love this place. I got 2 amazing daughters and a wonderful wife. That's pretty much it.
What's your gig, man? What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do to put the bread on the table?
I'm a consultant, actually. So that's a fancy way of saying I do a bunch of different things, and I usually get slapped around by clients. So
I got you.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what is it about Toronto?
Well, it's where I'm born. It's where my family is. It has wonderful food. It has great job opportunities for me in my field. And, why the hell would I leave? My family's here. My wife's family's here. It's a great place to be. I love this place.
Nice. Hey, well, how did you find this community? I know. Well, let's go way back. Let's find out. How did you find Dad Tales? How did you guys ever find each other? I mean, we've heard from JC Jesse. We've heard from Boost. Now we want to hear your take.
Yeah, it was. Man, I think I played probably most of year 1 of Destiny as a solo player. And then moving into year 2, I started kind of branching out to some LFG sites and trying to find games that way. Because what was interesting is that up to that point, for so long, since probably Halo 2 and the introduction of the matchmaking Xbox Live, it has literally just been press a button and you find a game with other people, right? I never had to actually take that step in the longest time. Like since I put away the PC gaming from when I was a kid, I didn't have to go and seek anything out. But then this game Destiny came, and after about a year and a half, I was like, you know what, I got to start finding other people to play with if I want to do this higher level content. And it was House of Wolves. I think it was around House of Wolves, and I found Baroque through some other community, and Baroque was like just running people through Skolas. Like he was like the man for that. And
Jesus.
Oh yeah, he was a machine in his younger days. Now he's broke. Now he sucks like me and you and everybody else. But, yeah, no, I found him and Justin and Boost and a bunch of those guys, and we just started playing together and eventually did our own thing.
Nice.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool to hear. So, how did you find Destiny? Well, you mentioned it
Destiny there. Actually,
yeah.
I had kind of started falling out of love with video games a little while before Destiny 1 launched. I was just kind of like, you know, I would play them infrequently. I would probably play like a sports game and maybe you know, some kind of action RPG every now and then, like an Assassin's Creed or something. But it wasn't like I was, you know, I wasn't gaming as much as I used to. And we had just had our first kid, and actually I was in a GameStop. They're called EB Games up here. Same company, but same shit.
Oh,
and I'm looking on the shelf, and, you know, it's coming soon. And I look at the release date, and it was September 9th, and that's my birthday. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's Bungie, and I have every Halo game collectively, thousands of hours across all of them, tens of thousands of hours, probably cumulative. And I thought, okay, it's by Bungie. It's on my birthday. What the hell? Let's buy this game. How bad could it be? And I mean, it hooked me right away. It was the sci-fi universe. It was the Bungie playground that I wanted. It was, you know, it was modernized take on their formula of Halo, plus these other layers of the supers and all these different enemies. It just sucked me in right away.
Well, let's expand a little further on this. We asked this of all our guests. I'm just curious about your gaming history. Where did you start? What was your first console, and where did it go from there?
The Atari 2600.
Nice.
I remember playing a game. Shit, I keep forgetting the name of this game, but it was like Space Invaders, except you were a jar of toothpaste or something at the bottom.
Talking about Galaga?
And you had to defend. And it was like Space Invaders, but you were a jar of toothpaste, and you had to protect teeth from cavities coming down.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a Canada thing?
I don't know, man. It might have been like some educational shit, but
no shit.
I remember I had one of those games on that, and
wow.
Yeah, the 2600, the Atari 2600 was my first console, I guess, and
nice.
I got a Nintendo when I was 6 years old at Christmas, and it was just awesome from day one. I've played pretty much every console, not the GameCube, not the N64. I was kind of moving out of it at that time. Didn't really play too much PlayStation 3 but yeah, no, I've owned and played pretty much every console that has existed. PC as well for a little while. Started to get a little bit back into it recently. Yeah, I like video games. They're fun.
Hell yeah, dude. Just a good escape. Cool. Good escape from reality, you know?
Yeah, I've needed that a few times in my life.
I'm guessing so. Nice.
Maybe right now. So, I'm not going to take any credit for this, but the game I believe was called Plaque Attack.
Maybe that could very well be it.
Oh, Mr. Google's back. How are you today, sir?
Doing well. All right. I was curious. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
Hazel is our answer man.
Hey, if I don't know it off the top of my head, I can Google like the best of them.
Hell yeah.
What do you call it? Placatech? Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, that's it. That is
Nice.
it. That is it. As soon as I see these screenshots here.
Well, I think
and, oh my God, and the box art. Look at that thing.
I think we just found our title.
Nice. All right. Well, one mystery solved. So, have you been part of any other gaming communities before? Maybe it didn't really sound like it, but I was just curious.
No. Like I said, it was for a very, very, very long time. They really made it easy. They being the manufacturers, the developers, everybody. They made it so easy just to sit at home and press a button, and you don't have to go looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I get the honor of asking this question, Hazel. Back off.
I know.
Stu, what's up with the gamer tag, dude?
It is a very kind of a rough translation of Stucazzo. Is basically like cazzo would be how you say dick in Italian.
Okay.
So it's like this dick.
Really?
Yeah. Cazzo is with a C. Cazzo. So gazzo, it's not exactly it, but like, if you just read it out, Stugazzo, it's this dick. That's kind of what it means.
And don't forget
brilliant.
And don't forget the underscore. I love it, man. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually saw here what the list of questions you guys sent me here. What are your past gamer tags? The one that I had immediately preceding this, and the only reason that Stugazzo exists is because that one got shut down by Microsoft.
Really?
They sent me one of those emails. They're like, you have to change your gamer tag. You're not allowed back on until you do.
Oh my God.
And it was Ivan Joiterpuss. So, just the first name Ivan, and then the last name, it was a completely separate thing, all one word, Joiterpuss, Joiderpus.
That's what I thought.
So it would be like, 1 in 100 games, somebody would be sitting there, and then you just Ivan Joiterpuss. Oh, I get it. So I guess eventually, after a few years, somebody got wise and reported me, and that was that.
Dude,
Stugazzo was born.
You ought to see
That's
you ought to see all the shitty names on Steam that people can make.
Oh, I know Steam, but Steam is PC, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't
different.
It was Xbox Live that I had it on. So.
Right. I get that. Yeah. Wow, that is awesome. Well, good. It answers another question from us. Good. Well, all right, Hazel, you go next, man. Pick Hazel. You pick from the basket.
Ah, yes. All right. That just makes me smile, though. This dick. I like it.
Dude, yeah. I never would have guessed that. That's awesome.
You've been killed by this dick over here.
If you're Italian, man, you must be offended when that happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So, all right. So I know that this isn't a question, unfortunately, from the list, but I know that you love your mom's cooking.
Yes.
What's the best thing that she makes? And a little bit of history, about what she cooks and everything.
I honestly couldn't tell you the best thing that she makes. Everything that she has ever tried her hand at has come out phenomenal. She prides herself on her cooking. She's just always trying to one-up herself. Yeah, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you one thing over and above anything else. Like in a general sense, pasta, she always knocks it out of the park. That's a very cliched answer, I'm sure, but it doesn't matter whatever that woman decides she's going to make, she kills it.
And she's Italian, correct?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I meant to lead with this question, but I'm going to ask it now anyway. With the new edition and stuff, how's the adaptation of being a dad of two now?
I mean, it's a lot easier transition.
Okay.
You to an extent, you always know you know what to expect with the second one. I think the main thing is that how long everything takes to do now. It's not like, I know I mentioned this before on one of our other shows, but it's not like you double the time. It's like you quadruple the time.
Yeah.
2 kids, but it's exponential on how long it takes to get ready to go somewhere, and we had just started to transition out of the pack a whole shitload of luggage to go for dinner.
Yeah.
And we had gotten out of that, and now we're right back into it plus more. So,
Well, the thing I found with 2 kids is there's no slack now. There's no. I mean, with one child, you can kind of pass him or her off to each of you between the 2 of you. But when you have 2, it's like all hands on deck now.
yeah,
It's like there's no slack. No, everyone has to do their part. You know, it's just a little bit different. But no, I was just curious because I know. And how old is your youngest now?
she's about to be a year actually.
A
Next
year
month.
old, man. Wow,
Yeah, next month.
Wow.
that's so cool. Well, that's
Yeah,
good to
it's
hear.
really flown by.
That's good to hear, man.
That's the other thing. Like, I almost feel a little guilty with the first one. It was a lot more. Every month was like, oh, here's 1 month. Let's do some pictures. Here's 2 months. We'll do pictures.
Yeah,
But
it's
with
true.
this kid, we're like, holy shit, you're 4 months old? What? How did that happen?
There's that running joke that you're following behind them, picking up anything or making sure they don't fall or walk in a puddle and stuff. And the other one, you can let them run in the front yard. So it's just always seems to be that way anyway. Because once you're a seasoned parent, you learn not to panic all the time.
You don't sweat a lot of the same things.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll sweat other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine, when I had my daughter, it's like she was like brand new and everything else. And he looks at me and goes, he's like, I'm not going to tell you how I know this, but just know that babies bounce and they'll be okay. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it kind of eased my mind a little bit. So, what's one thing about Canada that Americans might not know?
I asked this of Flip and Lana too, and they were stumped, I think. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to kind of think about that for a second.
all right, well,
Yeah.
while you
Lana
think of,
said,
go ahead.
yeah, Lana said that milk they have milks in bags.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but everybody knows that, or at least most people do. And that's not across the board. It's different provinces do. Other ones don't.
I got you.
Fuck, I don't
Well,
know.
we'll come back to it.
Our national anthem is better than yours.
Oh, Canada. I mean, it's got to be pretty good when us Americans actually know it, or at least we've heard it enough times. We watch enough hockey games.
You watch enough sports, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this: what is one thing that maybe no one knows about you? Maybe your family, your close people might know. It could be big or small. It could be anything that maybe people don't know or have heard.
No, I've retained legal advice, and they've told me not to
Not to
not to answer that. I can't disclose anything.
taking the
Sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
That's funny. All right, sir. So, how much Destiny have you played? Of this
What, in
season,
general?
or-
Like, way too fucking much. Over the last however many years, way too much. No, over the last season, I'm a pretty good case study, I think, for the season pass. The season previously, I think I got to 104 on the season pass by the time it was over. Right now, I'm at 105, 106. So,
Damn.
Consistent.
I'll play it. I'll play it. But I mean, just like last time, it's a handful of days before the end of the season. So I always make it. I've made it so far, for the first 2 they've done, but just, you know? And I think realistically, I played probably, I don't know, I would say maybe 6 to 8 hours a week total. And I think that's probably above average, maybe. I don't know. Is it?
Don't compare it to me because I'm a total hardcore.
He's like 6 to 8 hours a day.
Oh no!
No. I was just thinking about that. I think I do about 15 hours a week. I think 15 to 20.
Yeah, so call it like 3 or 4 hours a day ish.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Yeah.
I could see that. That's pretty hardcore. I might do like a couple nights out of the week where I'll play 3 or 4 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe an hour here, an hour there if I can squeeze it in. But by the time the kids are in bed, it's usually like 9:30, 10 o'clock. My wife and I clean. We'll do whatever we have to do here. And then, if I play 20 minutes for a strike or something, that's enough for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not going to play for 3 or 4 hours, I'd rather not play. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
And I can't often play for 3 or 4 hours.
All right. Well, let me continue with that thought. What do you think about this new seasonal form of getting content now versus, you remember the old days of Destiny 1 where we had those content droughts and stuff? Are you liking?
I don't mind this. Yeah, I like this.
You like the drip content the way they're doing
I like
it now?
the drip content. It works for me. Like I said, I think I'm a pretty good case study with the amount that I played, just coming under the wire both times. Like it seems like it's just enough for me. Mm-hmm. Like anything, if somebody does this every single fucking day, like some of these streamers that play 8, 9, 10 hours a day, there's not going to be enough for you to do. There's just no game that you can do that consistently with.
Right.
But for me, for the amount that I play and what I look for, it's hitting all the right notes still after almost 6 years. Mm-hmm. So I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's always things that I wish that they would do.
Sure.
Differently. There's things that they can learn from and improve from, like, these PvE events, like from Menagerie to the Undying Mind thing to the, what the hell do we have now? The Sundial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're great for a little diversion, but they don't have staying power. There needs to be something. I don't know. It's just they haven't exactly hit it yet. I love the way that you can farm weapon rolls right now.
Yeah.
I've got in my vault, I have 36 perfect paradoxes right now that I have to go through.
Oh my god! Hey, well, at least you'll have a bank of shards if you need them.
Well, that's the other thing. I've gone up in so many shards. I'm loving it. It's been fantastic.
Well, pro tip: remember, you get an extra shard right now as part of your season pass bar. It's one of the perks. You get four shards instead of 3 for dismantles. So whatever, I would probably do it before they flip the switch for the next season. That way you'll get that extra shard,
Oh, I'm going to. I'm going to. I have a ton of all of the Sundial weapons here. The Patron of Lost Causes I've got to go through. The friggin' what's the auto rifle? Steel Feather, Breachlight.
Yeah.
Actually, Breachlight I did the other night. I've been trying to, if I don't play for 2 or 3 hours a night, I can still bust out DIM and mark things for deletion and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
That's as much a time sink as anything with this fucking game.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Just inventory management, period. Thank God we have DIM.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine doing it the old fashioned way? Holy crap.
No, I wouldn't play.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's awesome.
All right, Hazel. A couple more here.
Yeah. So, do you have any hobbies outside of gaming?
I mean,
you one of these
keeping kids alive?
Are you one of these disc golfers?
No.
Okay.
No.
No, he has marijuana at. He can get that delivered to him. So he doesn't have to walk around and say that.
I wasn't going to mention that, but okay.
Funny enough, I actually have to go to the post office tomorrow. I have a parcel waiting.
An important
it's still mind-boggling to me that I can just click add to cart and have it show up.
It's a new world, man.
Yeah, it's been interesting. No, I mean, outside of gaming, I used to play the guitar a little bit before my kids were born, but can't really do that because they're always asleep. I haven't been to the gym in years. I'm starting to get fat, so no, none of that. No, man, I haven't golfed in years. I haven't skied in years. Everything the last half dozen years has been family life and work and family and work. And they're just, you're
in that phase.
Moving a couple of times. It's been difficult to make time for myself. Hopefully, the kids get older and things change a bit, but right now it's just tough.
How old's your other girl?
She's going to be 6.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Two girls. Oof.
Yeah.
Girls, they catch on so fast.
5 years apart, they're never going to be in high school together at the same time either. So it's just going to be one long continuous hell.
Trust me, it's a blessing. You don't want 2 in at the same time.
I don't know. I can already see though that they love each other very much, but you can already see there's going to be like those get out of my room, I'm in the bathroom, like those kind of moments.
Yeah, it's coming.
I grew up with two sisters, and they were a decade apart, but there was still that kind of shit. So
yeah. You know what? Let's end on this question, and I'll give you a little time to think about it if you need to. Go back in time in Destiny or Destiny 1 or Destiny 2 and give us, as my dogs bark, give us a gaming memory that maybe you never forgot.
I don't have to think about it.
Okay.
The first time I ran Vault of Glass.
Okay.
Like I said, I played most of year one solo, and I'd never gone into a raid. I found an LFG group. I went in there with 5 strangers, and it took us close to 5 hours. And the entire time I had like goosebumps on my spine. Like it was just the whole way was, I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. It was like one of the coolest experiences in a game that I've ever had. Just this massive, massive undertaking of 6 people in an FPS. Like I'd never been through a raid in an FPS. I couldn't imagine a raid in an FPS until that moment. It just felt so big.
Yeah. I miss those feelings.
I do too, man.
I love that they're commonplace now.
Of all the first raids to ever do, Vault of Glass was another world, man. You were totally encapsulated in that greenery, and those memories you never forget. It's still my most gorgeous.
The Templar, that son of a bitch took us 2 of the 4 hours himself.
Yeah. And all the little cracks and crevices you had to go into to get a way out. That's just so ingenious, man. I've never experienced that before. That's awesome.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you sharing a little bit of your life with us. I know our listeners were just curious to know more about you. And, of course, that's my selfish reason for doing this show is to find out more about people. So I know I've always heard you on Dad Tales podcast in the past, and I'm always like, man, I'd like to know more about that dude. So thank you again for sharing that with us. And I think we got a speed run to get taken care of here, don't we, Hazel?
I believe we do.
Well, we'll be right back.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
Okay, this segment is called the Speed Run. We have a database of over 125 randomly asked questions, and Stu here is going to have 60 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and we're going to keep track of how many questions were answered by each of our guests each week. Questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and Stu, just answer quickly whatever comes to mind. At the end of the year, the guest with the most questions answered will win a cool prize. Tonight, as usual, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from our list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision is final. Ready, Stu?
Let's go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pen or pencil?
Pen.
How long does it take for you to get ready in the morning?
20 minutes.
What's better, a cave or a treehouse?
Treehouse.
Favorite cartoon, past or present?
Simpsons.
Grenades or melees?
Grenades all day.
Eris Morn or Marsov?
Marsov.
Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
2.
How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel?
Strudel.
If you could take any famous person to dinner, who would it be?
Fuck. God damn it. Jesus?
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Morning person or night owl?
Night.
What would be your ideal career or job?
Astronaut, rock star, porno man.
Apple or Android?
Android.
Is racing a sport?
Yes.
Taken King or Forsaken?
Taken King.
What is your lucky number?
9.
Is chili soup? He gets to answer that one.
What is chili soup? No.
Okay. Cool deal, man. That's I think that's going to be a pretty respectable score.
Porno man.
Hey, I love it, man. It's why we love doing this, man. Because the answers we get are just awesome. It's just priceless.
That was great.
I think that's going to be our title now. Wait a minute. Astronaut, rock star, porn man.
Porno man.
Porno man.
Porno man.
You got it. That's going to be it. Hey, good deal, man. I appreciate you participating and having fun with it. Hazel.
Yeah, thank you.
What do we got?
I counted 17.
Oh, fell short.
It's all right, man. That's a solid score. That's a solid score.
Yep.
My son got 10.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. I think the one that tripped you up was the who do you want to have
yeah, it did.
dinner with?
well, the
like,
way with what I've done to make this fair is the structure of the questions are random. I mean, the questions are random, but I make a point to throw one in there that could throw you off, and everybody gets one.
Oh, it worked.
And it's usually number 10. It usually seems to fit right there at number 10. So we kind of warm you up with some easy ones, and then we throw you a tough one.
I like that. I like that game. That's a good game.
Good deal, man. Well, hey, thanks, man. I think our leaders are Drafty and who's that other dude? Hazel? I can't remember his name. Not Elmer Fudd. I'm not going to do it. Mr. Elmer Fudd and Drafty are our leaders at 20 questions. So, Stu, you were almost at it, man. You were there. You were really close. So, I appreciate it. Hey, let's move on, guys. Okay, it's that time of the week where we're going to talk about entertainment and gaming. And we're going to start with what we've been watching this week. Stu, since you're our guest of honor, what have you been watching this week?
There's a series on Netflix that they just came back with season 2. It's a Formula One docu-series.
I've seen that. Yeah. You like that?
Well, what was interesting is actually when season 1 was going on, my wife suggested, she's like, hey, you want to watch this? And I used to love Formula One, like back in the day in the early 2000s and stuff when
Michael
Schumacher and Villeneuve were going neck and neck every year. And it was great. I've been to the race in Montreal 3 times. So I was like, yeah, all right. I haven't watched the sport or followed it in however many years, which was funny that you said, is that a sport? That was one of the questions, is racing a sport? And I mean, I think it is because I would die. If you put me in one of those cars, I would be dead, like in a matter of minutes. Anyways, we watched the first season and, she really dug it. I really enjoyed it. It was a great kind of behind the scenes. You get to see some of the storylines that you don't see play out on a week to week basis. Otherwise. So yeah, season 2 started and we watched the first couple episodes, and it's actually looking like a really good season. In season 1, the only 2 teams that did not participate were Ferrari and Mercedes. And the reason is because fuck you, we're Ferrari, and fuck you, we're Mercedes. Like, they don't have to. But they are in season 2. And it's just like those 2 teams in particular. To kind of highlight it, in season 1, one of the teams, Haas Racing, they're an American team, and they refer to them, they're a smaller team on Formula One. And their budget last year was $140 million. That's a small team. Like Ferrari and Mercedes, they're into the billions. Like, shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. The amount of R&D, the amount of technology in those cars, it's absolutely mind-boggling.
Wow.
And if you ever have the chance, like, Formula One is different than Indy because it runs on gasoline. Like, it's not the methane stuff like an Indy car, and there's a different smell. There's a different, just, if you ever get the chance to go see open wheel racing, go. Because the way that those cars stop and start is just, it doesn't look real. You know what I mean? Like, if you see it in real life, they slow down so fast and then they are gone immediately. It doesn't look real.
That is crazy. It's that old European money, man. It can fund all those crazy race teams.
Yeah.
I've never seen an open wheel, but I've seen a NASCAR race. I've been to Daytona 500. I actually drove on the track too, in a real car.
Thing with NASCAR though is, they reach that speed and then they're essentially at that speed. You literally,
when I was on the track, it's 4-speed. When you get to 4th gear, you're just pretty much flooring it. and you pretty much make left turns and you never let off the gas. And in fact, they even tell you when you go into those ramped curves, you better be mashing it, because you will drop down to the bottom, and it will not be good if you let off the gas.
Well, yeah, you have to keep the momentum going.
And with open wheel, it's more it's all kind of curves, right? And
lefts and rights.
It's a circuit. It's a circuit, right?
Yeah, it is. There's straightaways, hairpins, like
Jeez.
the way that those cars will shoot out of a straightaway and then just almost stop. They get down to like, well, I don't know. I'm trying to do the math conversion in my head, but in kilometers, it would be like, they would get down to like 70, 80 kilometers.
Oh, goddamn.
Is way too fucking fast to take a hairpin in a regular car, but they're not regular cars. Like, they don't move like a normal car.
No.
Right.
It like skits around turns and just gone.
I wonder how much one of those cars weighs. You think it's like under 1,500 pounds? Or, I don't know what. Hell, Hazel, get the conversion chart out, man. I can't keep up with this kilometers and kilogram crap.
It's
I know it's
almost
hard to count
49. Yeah, almost 49 miles an hour.
Okay, well, I give up. I give up. Stu's typing it in right now. He's going to figure it out.
Yeah, 48 point, roughly like 48 and a half miles an hour.
The current weight of a Formula One car is 660 kilograms.
Okay, that would be...
Of course, he has to do it in kilograms.
That's what it gave me here. Okay. In pounds. Here, in pounds. Let's see.
Okay, all right, in pounds.
For the stupid Americans.
I guess 1,500.
1,600.
Oh, I was close. I said 1,500. That's light, man. And you got probably a 1,000 horsepower engine in that car. That's just nuts, man.
It's crazy because they rev up to like 18,000, 19,000.
Aren't they like V12 engines?
I don't think they are anymore.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're V10s now. That's crazy, man. I mean, I know V12s can rev high because the pistons are smaller, and I'm sure it's all roller engines these days. It's all
1.6 liter V6 engine.
V6.
Wow, it's just a V6,
dude.
It's a V6.
Wow.
A 1.6 liter V6. That is a small V6, man. Wow.
They're not big cars.
That is
when
crazy.
you see them, they are not big cars.
Okay, to put that in perspective,
this one does up to 15,000 RPM.
God, that's like a Gixxer 600, man. That's crazy, and that's an inline 4. A Gixxer is, so that's nuts, man. That is crazy. Whew, that is crazy. Well,
wow.
What else you been watching, Stu?
We tried watching Mindhunter. My wife didn't like it. So
What do you think?
I only watched the first 4 episodes. Actually, I was thinking about it the other day. I should see if I can download them on Netflix, and I'll watch them on the train, just because it's something else. Oh my God. The other night I was upstairs working on something while my wife was watching TV, and you guys see Love is Blind on Netflix?
Not yet. It's on my queue.
Not yet. I've heard about
there's
it.
There's nothing there to see. These are the stupidest people in the world.
Really?
Like, I was just laughing. Like, what is going on? What episode are you on? Just episode 1. Is that the second person that's proposed marriage? She's like, I don't understand what's happening. These people have known each other for 5 days. Like, what's wrong with these people? We have such a deep connection. Because it's not about the physical appearance. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You're in different rooms.
It's almost like a game show, isn't it? Where
it's like a dating show, but they don't see each other. They just talk from different rooms.
That's nuts.
And these people are just totally delusional. So I don't know.
Jeez, that's nuts.
That sounds like my next watch.
That's right up Hazel's alley. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What season of The Bachelor are you on now, Hazel?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Anything
Gotta
else?
Gotta go with a no there.
Okay. Yeah, dog, that's a no for me. Anything else, Stu?
No, not really.
Okay. What about
Pretty
you,
much
Hazel?
it.
No. Well, life's getting back to normal for me. So the dog, we're getting in a new routine with the dog.
That's good to hear.
The kid is going to sleep at a decent hour. It's pretty fantastic.
Nice.
So we're starting to get back into our shows. So we watched You. We've actually watched 2 movies, for the love of God. It's amazing.
Oh wow, I gotta hear this.
Yeah. My name is Dolomite.
Okay, I can't get myself to watch this movie. It just
Oh.
sounds stupid.
Oh, it was fantastic. I loved it. I loved every minute of that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you convinced me.
Yep. It was very good. And then we watched Knives Out.
Oh, that's a good movie.
So
That's a fun whoudunit. I watched it at the theater.
was.
What did you think? How did you think how it turned out and stuff? What did you think about it?
It was. I liked it. They didn't take a cheap way out and say, hey,
They didn't mail it in
Like-
at the end.
yeah, like it was this person. And it was like, what? It makes no sense. But no, this made its complete sense and everything else.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was like a Agatha Christie kind of thing. So it was very, very cool. I dug it.
Cool.
And that's pretty much it for me.
Well, hell,
Oh, wait, I saw Happy Death Day to You, actually, on HBO now.
is that
because
is that a movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I
It's
remember.
it's a sequel to this one where it's like Groundhog Day, except the person keeps dying.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
each time that she dies, that kind of it like actually ends up happening to her. So it's like she retains this as she dies more and more and more.
Okay.
So eventually it's like, she's just going to be completely either brain dead or something like that.
Oh wow.
So, and eventually, I mean, it starts off and it's like really kind of scary, and then it becomes pretty much like a comedy after a while. So I dug the first one, so then I got into the second one, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to check this out. And I really enjoyed the second one too. So,
Cool.
it's fun stuff, fun times.
Nice.
Get to put your brain on hold for a little bit and just kind of veg out.
You got to have those shows every now and then. Just some junk food of shows,
Yeah, exactly. What about you, man?
No movie reviews this week. I'm sorry, I'm not watching the new Sonic movie. I just can't get myself to go to that stupid movie. I know it got good
Slacker.
ratings and stuff. I just can't do it, man. So I will be watching The Way Back. That's the new Ben Affleck film about the basketball coach who brings this town into glory or something. It's probably like a Hoosiers movie, I'm sure, from long ago. I'm going to be watching that with my parents this weekend, my wife, my parents. So I'll let you guys know next week about that. I did see the 7th episode of Picard. I tell you, Picard has been a slow grind of a show for a Star Trek series, but now as we're getting into like the 3/4 of the way through the season, it's starting to get really good. It's starting to ramp up. So it's worth a watch, and we'll talk about streaming services later tonight, and I'll mention something about that. But I did see the latest episode of Outsiders, or The Outsider on HBO. What do you think this week, Hazel?
I still don't know how the hell it's going to end.
I don't either, man. I know someone dies. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who, but that's how the episode ends, and you're like, whoa, what happened? What the hell just happened? And then it's like,
Yeah.
see you next week. So,
Yeah, exactly.
let's see. I've been watching some more Homeland. I'm on season 4 now. I've been watching that through my YouTube TV. Masked Singer, of course, always puts a smile on my face. The Voice blind auditions are continuing, and this is my favorite part of The Voice is them listening to these singers with their back turned to them, so they can't see how they look, or anything like that. It's a real honest way of knowing if they have talent. So, Better Call Saul season 5. I'm continuing to watch that. Let's see. Finally, I got to mention 2 more things. I watched a new documentary on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have watched this yet. It's about a band, ZZ Top, called A Little Old Band from Texas. Just came out on Netflix. And in fact, you posted an article of what was coming in March, Hazel, and I said, oh, ZZ Top. Yeah, I want to watch this. It chronicles their beginning, how they got started. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but they're the longest running band to date. They've been together, listen to this, 50 years this year. This band has been together. And, they talk about, why they're still together, what keeps them together all this while. And it's not my favorite music documentary. That would have to be the one about Rush. And then the second one would be the Foo Fighters documentary. But this was a close third. It's really good. It's about an hour and a half long. It's worth a watch if you're into Netflix. So just gives their history, and the cinematography is really good too. I always appreciate that. And I tell you, I've got a new show that I can't stop thinking about.
Sorry, hang on. Before you move off of ZZ Top.
Yeah, go ahead.
The best part of ZZ Top is that the one guy that doesn't have a beard.
Yeah, his name is Beard.
His name is Frank Beard.
Isn't that awesome?
And he doesn't have a fucking beard.
That is and you know what? They all three talk equally throughout the whole documentary, and I think he's the coolest one of them all. He's just this old cat, man. He's just like, yeah. I mean, you can see he just gets into that rhythm, and he's lost in his drums. It's hard to explain until you see it, but he's like in a trance when he's tapping the blues out, But yeah, thanks for that, because I forgot to mention that. And I just started Apple TV this week, and I said, you know what? I think it was Sen Media who was mentioning Apple TV, and there's this new show called Mythic Quest. It is literally a show about game developers and about them developing a multi-MMO game online, and all the shenanigans that go on in the developer studio. And it is really funny. I thought it was really good. It's kind of witty, kind of smart the way it's written. It's a little wacky at times, but the show that has got my attention right now, and I've got to say this is my favorite show right now, is The Morning Show. This stars Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. I know. I laughed too. I got Apple TV, and of course it was the first thing it listed, and I was like, everybody keeps talking about it. It won a Screen Actors Guild Award, I think, or something like that. And I said, what the hell? Let's watch an episode. I'm 4 episodes in now. I couldn't stop watching this show. It's about the gritty news business, what goes on behind the scenes and all these news networks. And I guess they're following behind more of a conservative news, maybe like Fox News or something, I'm guessing, something like that. So, damn. If you have Apple TV, they have a 1-week trial, by the way. If you want to try this Apple TV, start with that show. I'm telling you, you'll be hooked. So, hey, let's move on to what we've been gaming this week. I've been kind of practicing Crucible with Warcry on PS4, with trials coming up in a week. And I'm also prepping, like I mentioned earlier, a little PSA here. Stock up on those bounties. Just start doing bounties and don't turn them in until you can't hold any more bounties, and especially the ones that you get from Tangled Shore. Those bounties where you get a bunch of glimmer. I think you get a bunch of glimmer and some enhancement cores. Save those, because you're going to be spending a lot of glimmer come the next season. You're going to want to have 7,500 and 15,000 glimmer bounties you can turn in. Plus, of course, they give you XP toward your artifact and your season bar. So, little PSA there. Stock up on those bounties this week before the reset. This is the last week to do it. Last week. So I just jump on, I even go do the bounties on the planets. Just save everything you can until it won't let you grab another bounty. And then it'll give you such a head start when it comes to the season. You'll be able to unlock that artifact a lot faster. And of course, you're going to, at the beginning of the week, you have a little boost in XP. So definitely do that. So, what about you, Stu? You are you playing just Destiny, or what you been doing in gaming?
I picked up a while ago. Grand Theft Auto 5 was on sale, so I had that on the 360, and I think it was like $15 or something. And I thought, you know what? Sure, let's pull the trigger on that.
What do you think?
So I've been, what, GTA 5?
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't really play the online stuff too much, but it is the stupidest game. It is so much fun.
It's the writing reminds me of Borderlands. It's real wacky, and it's kind of wackadoodle, but it's really smart. The characters and stuff.
It really is. It really is. I mean, Rockstar is they're so good. I'm still halfway through Red Dead 2, which I really need to revisit and finish up. That's probably one of the most fun I've had playing a game, and I'm not even finished it. I also picked up over Christmas, actually. It was on sale one night. Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
If you just want a stupid game to go and have fun with, that is the one to do, especially as, if you're a Star Wars fan. Because, I was getting my ass kicked. The first night I'm playing it, I'm just getting destroyed left, right, and center. People have been playing this game for 3 years, 2 years, whatever it's been out.
Mm-hmm.
Second night I'm playing it, and I'm like, I'm finally in the zone. You know, I'm running around. I'm a stormtrooper. I have like 3 kills in a row. I'm about to kill a 4th guy, and I'm all into it. And then I'm like, oh shit, there's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and
boom, you're dead.
I'm dead. Oh, well. What are you gonna do? That's how it's gonna go. The space battles are on. It looks and sounds so good.
Yeah.
You know, if you would have told that kid playing the toothpaste game that we're gonna have this kind of fidelity in the year 2020, I wouldn't have believed you. Everything just looks so good these days. Love it.
Well, that game is made by the same studio, DICE, that made Battlefield. You know, the Battlefield games. And it's very similar to that, but I agree, man. That's the most underrated game right now. I know it got a big stink because of the loot boxes, and people were able to level up characters really fast if they had the coin, you know. But ever since they backed off from it, they've been adding DLC slowly, I guess, with the movies as they roll out the movies. But yeah, dude, I have to agree. That is it's such a beautiful game, and it feels just like Battlefield. You know, the weapons aren't quite as sophisticated as Battlefield weapons, but it's like you're living your fantasy, you know? You're in Star Wars, dude. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Mm-hmm. And, of course, they got all different kinds of droids and enemies and stuff to shoot.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, and it looks fantastic.
It does.
I mean, it just looks amazing.
It's very true to everything Star Wars.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even that, I mean, over Christmas, it was $15. I mean, it's hard not to. Yeah. I know not everybody's in the position to do that and just drop $15 on a dime, like on a whim, but I figure I've gotten 15 hours out of it, at least. So $1 an hour, that works for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I played a lot of it, and then, of course, Destiny just started ringing me back, so...
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
Like old games.
You'll always circle back.
Yeah.
They got this magic sauce that for the foreseeable future, I know I'll keep circling back.
They put out those damn trailers, man.
Oh, they're so good.
You're like, oh, dude, look what that Titan just did. Holy shit.
Yeah. I can't wait till we talk about that shit.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to the next season. Speaking of which, Hazel, what have you been doing? I know you've been branching out in gaming too, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm still doing that because quick PSA about Destiny 2 is I'm kind of on the outs with it at the moment, only because I'm trying to do the 400 time lost crackling bullshit thing. Mm-hmm. And it's bugged. The tower is bugged.
What?
I am one of the unfortunate
Are you
individuals.
shitting me?
Yep.
You can't... Okay, so let me get this straight. You can't unlock the obelisk at the tower?
Correct.
Now, did you get the book? Did you do the other bounties where you get the book? Because soon as you open that book and you set the book in place where Saint 14 is, it should open up. It should flash right away to go talk to it. You're saying that's not happening.
No, it's
I'm
bugged.
Sorry.
And there's
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. You know, hey, it gives me time to play something else. So
that's true.
So besides that, usual stuff, Goat Simulator, Just Dance 2020 with the wife and daughter. I had bought Uno.
Oh yeah,
for $4, I think, or $1.99 or something like that. So my wife and I've been playing that. Like, we get on our phones and we can like throw cards and screw each other up, and
nice.
You know, it's like passive aggressive where you can throw a draw 4 and go like, yeah, suck on that. So, besides that, Shadow of the Colossus. That's one of the games for PS Plus.
How do you like
for
that?
Free?
Is that a good game?
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. I played it when it was on PlayStation 2 and 3 when they re-released it there.
All right. I'm a layman when it comes to this game. Is it a first-person shooter, or what kind of game is it?
Oh, no, it's third-person. And, I mean, by third-person shooter, I mean, I guess I could say that you have a bow and arrow. Okay. Aside from that, you have a sword, and then you have to traverse up these, like, big, giant colossi, possibly.
Hack and slash? Like hack and slash game?
No. It's just, all it is about 8 or 9 bosses and no other ads or anything else you have to fight.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's as, you know, it could be as quick or as long as you want to make it. But, yeah, it's all just traversal and trying to figure out how do you kill this big, giant Colossus. And then outside of that, it's I tried the Division 2.
The new is this the new expansion?
No, it was not, because I was gonna buy it, but then I looked and I saw it was $60.
I saw that comment. I couldn't believe it either.
$60 for a DLC.
That's expensive.
Yeah, I know it's on sale for 40, but I'm like, that's still fucking outrageous.
My fear about getting Division 2 is I'll start getting into it, and then Destiny will pull me back, and then it'll just sit like Division 1 did in my PS4.
Yep.
Because it's an investment game, you know.
Oh yeah, it really is. I mean, and there have been people that have been playing it the entire time.
Oh yeah.
But outside of that, lastly, I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo.
Okay, you said you love this game. What sell me on it? What's so great about this game?
Did you play the original?
No, I didn't play. I played a few Final Fantasies through the years, but is it turn-based or is it, what kind of game type is it?
It's a modified turn-based.
Oh man, I love
so
those games.
You can still do the hack and slash type stuff to a degree, but there is like a turn-based element to it still, and I just, it takes me back. Stu, did you play the original?
I did. That was actually, it's one of my bigger regrets that I actually sold that game. Just because it was one of those kind of iconic touchstone games that came out on the PS1 and across multiple discs. And yeah, I played the original. I used to love JRPGs when I was younger. They were probably my favorite type of game. I don't know that it would hold me the same way today. I've gravitated a lot more to like the action RPG. I gotta be honest, it really irks me the way that they're doing this episodic content of it, where they're breaking it out into how many releases are they going to have for this?
I don't even think they know yet.
Yeah, like that kind of shit is just, that doesn't sit well with me, because if you want to remaster it. You know, you want to make it across 2 episodes even. You start kind of like,
yeah,
I don't know. It just feels like a money grab, you know, and the way that you look at all of the other ports that they've done for the previous Final Fantasies, like on Android and shit. I'm not paying you $10 for this game that's 25 years old and it's a shitty port. Like, they really price themselves out of my reach. I'm not a mega fan. I would love to revisit some of them, but I don't know. It just feels like a cash grab. Looks pretty as hell, but
yeah. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. And I mean, the demo, I mean, they take basically like the whole first mission, and that's the demo again. And it's just, it takes me back to just seeing all of it for the first time, where it's like you see, you know, Cloud and his spiked hair, you see, you know, Barrett, and they all have voices now. It's just, it gives me chills, and I got all excited and things like that.
So tell me, because I read something that said the voice of Barrett is like what a caricature of a Japanese person thinks a Black American would sound like. Like, is it that bad?
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Absolutely. Absolutely exactly what that is.
Oh boy.
And I think that just looking at it through the lens of, you know, hey, this is still Final Fantasy VII, that I'm like, I'm kind of okay with it to a degree, but I mean, it definitely stands out. The first time you hear it, you're like, wait, what? So, but to me though, the cash grab part is that this is just episode 1 of this. Episode 2 is more than likely going to be able to come out on the PlayStation 5.
Jesus.
And then they're going to, you know, do an upgraded version of this, of episode 1 on the PlayStation 5 as well. You know that shit. So I would say if you're going to get a PlayStation 5, then, hedge your bets. But then apparently, too, it's going to be coming out for the Xbox as well. Like later on, I read.
Why would...
So
I'm confused. Why wouldn't you just buy the latest Final Fantasy? Did they change that much? Is 7 that much better than the rest of them?
No, it's not even that it's better. Like, I mean, for some people, they would argue that it's better, but
it's
everybody
your
that's played them, yeah, it has to do with when you played the specific game.
Okay.
That's how it, like, to me, Final Fantasy 2 for the SNES, which I think was actually number 4
3
or 5. 3. It was, it's not actually number 2. It's number 2 in North America. To me, that was my favorite because I had just, that was my game. I played through it over and over. I was doing speed runs of that game before I knew speed runs were a thing. It would just be, can I finish it this weekend? I only have a couple days to play. Can I go through from a new character? But number 7 was like, it was the first time that it was this 3D world for Final Fantasy.
Oh.
So it was like this iterative step that really felt like a new horizon for the series.
So what you're saying basically is it's a nostalgia play. That's it.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Cashing in on our memories and everything else. And it worked for me. It worked for me completely.
How much is it going to be for episode 1?
I think 50 or 60.
Cash.
Are you
grab.
serious?
Yes. You see, this is what I was saying.
Wow.
I remember like being actually blown away where they're pricing this like a full release, but it's just episode 1, and it might be like 7 or 8 episodes they're going to do with it. They're going to bleed people dry.
Yeah, you know what though? I can't be mad about this because Nintendo Switch has done this forever. I mean, face it. What new games has Nintendo Switch had out? All right, they've had a couple, but what are the games that people buy day in and day out? It's Mario.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Wait, did I say that? Shit. Are you rubbing off on me, Hazel? Mario. The Mario games. Mario Kart. Donkey Kong. These are the games I played in my youth. And this is why I won't buy a Switch, because I know I'll buy all those games, and I'll be playing more than I do right now. I'll probably be divorced tomorrow. I can't do it. Man.
Just we got our daughter a Switch last year, and it's been a pretty big hit. She's not addicted to it.
Yeah.
I bought Breath of the Wild, but I've never even launched it. I just don't have time.
Yeah, I know, man. It's an investment game like Division. And it's like I only have time for one investment game now, and it's Destiny 2.
Yep. Feels that way. It really feels that way.
Yeah.
Hey guys, good talk. We need to keep moving here. I know you got bottle duty coming soon here, Stu.
It's 11:30, and I can tell you, within a half an hour, I'm going to get a text from my wife.
I get it. That's why I'm moving it along. Let's talk about this week at Bungie. Okay, this week at Bungie. Hazel, what do we got this week, man?
All right. So we've got, this is what is it now? We've got like 3-4 sleeps before Season of the Worthy comes out.
Oh, but when this comes out, it'll probably be the day before. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep. So with that being said, there was the trailer. Now, this trailer, for anyone who hasn't seen it, I mean, it's like they're absolutely cashing in on this whole seasonal model. Because apparently the Almighty is going to be crashing into the Earth over the weeks. So I'm waiting to see that big bastard getting bigger and bigger and bigger on the Earth.
Got a minute. I never saw this coming. This part of the story. Did you, Stu?
Yeah.
Did you see this coming as a story?
I was always hoping that we would revisit the Almighty because it was such a cool.
It was a cool
place, but like.
Yeah.
I never thought about it again after that mission.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was a great place though. I love traveling it and like walking on the outside and everything else.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I hope we get to go back in and maybe blow up the damn thing before it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, watch the trailer. That's the PSA there. All right. Also, they gave us like a roadmap for what's going to be coming out. Now, this is not an absolute roadmap because they came out and said that they are not going to give out like all the details anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't care. So, with that, March 10th, here we are. They are doing Seraph Tower events. So, now some of this we just don't know what the hell it is, but still, it's just something that we can, watch and participate in and that kind of thing. Then March 13th, something called Trials of Osiris comes back.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get carried somewhere.
I'm already looking for a team, man.
Yeah. I'm sure you and Warcry are gonna be the ones fucking carrying like everybody.
All right, I'm just gonna mention it now. Shameless plug. Me and Warcry on PS4 need one more for Trials. Someone who wants to jump into it weekly. We're chill. We're not hardcore. We're just a bunch of old guys who just want to have fun and probably go 20 in, 20 beers in or something and just have a good time. Just throwing it out there. If anybody's looking for a team, for a chill group, DM me at Todd the Gator on Twitter, or you can always go to our Discord and DM me as well. All right, shameless plug is over.
All right. So, Seraph Bunkers on EDZ and the Moon, which are legendary lost sectors, begin March 10th and March 24th. The Grandmaster Ordeal, which is a new Nightfall difficulty, which, we don't even do the Ordeal anymore, so why the hell are we going to do the Grandmaster one? Moving on. And that begins April 21st. After that, we have April 7th, another Seraph Bunker on IO. And then the part that I'm so looking forward to,
I bet you are,
is the Guardian Games.
Mm-hmm.
And with this is a class competition, and I'm excited to see that shit.
It'll be fun.
So I'm hoping it's that we can do like some goofy shit like sparrow racing, and it's like the Olympics or something like that.
I really hope it's like the faction rallies, but for classes. That would be really cool, and have some. They say they were going to get legendary gear, right? Or legendary stuff. So armor, yeah. So I'm hoping it's something like that where we collect tokens and deposit them in the whatever that thing is there. What do you think, Stu?
I know it's not what it's going to end up being, but just there's a part of me that wishes Guardian Games was a special hopper in Crucible. If I went in as a warlock, it matched me on a team of warlocks, and we went up against a team of titans or a team of hunters.
Whoa, what a great idea, dude!
That would be badass.
It's not going to be what it is, but that would be kind of
hey,
that
Stu,
would be kind of cool.
We can dream, brother. We can dream.
That would be awesome. I would be all for that.
We wanted that to happen. We wanted that to happen with Dead Orbit versus Future War Call.
Faction rallies. I always wish that would happen as well. Yeah. Same idea. Like, I would go in as FWC. I don't know which one I'm going to fight, but it's going to be one of the other two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hazel. Go ahead.
No. But yeah, I just hope that we get to do other stuff outside of, the usual bullshit for it. So I'm hoping that they do like Griffball 2.0 or something, some goofy shit like that. So, all right. Trials is coming back on the 13th. PSA, it says basically they are not going to be able to take off the artifact. So those people that are going to be busting their balls to get everything done is going to basically have that advantage for this week. Then next week it will be able to be turned off at that point. All right. Power gains. Basically, the thing that I appreciated from this section, I'll throw it to you guys and see if what you guys gleaned from this, but was slot imbalances. And now with this it's basically duplicate protection 2.0 in a manner of speaking. So if you get like 4 chest pieces and they're all like 970 light or whatever it is, then that's the old way it used to be. Now they're going to space it out more, where it's going to be, hey, you just got a chest. How about some arms? How about some legs? You got legs. Congratulations. You just had a chest. Here's some more shit. And it's going to be more staggered like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That's going to, it's going to make leveling up quicker. I know that much right away. And then the other part of that too is that basically what they're also going to be doing is that they're going to open up more sections for us to get powerful gear.
I'm liking this.
So it's very heartwarming. Very, very heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And we have
anything else you guys think?
Yeah, we have a new soft cap. It's going to be 1,000.
Oh, yeah. With
1,000.
a pinnacle cap of 1010.
Yeah, I like it. It gives us a little time to work on stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It sucks that the soft cap's 950 though. That fucking blows.
Yeah. But powerful gear. I don't know. I just now saw that crap. Soft cap is 950. Shit, I thought the soft cap was 1,000. Oh, that sucks.
So we're all fucked because we're above 950 right now.
Yeah, I'm at 962, I think, without my artifact.
Without your artifact, okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm like
989
989 or 990 with my artifact. I got 20.
Where are you at, Stu?
He might be on bottle duty.
Bottle duty. Yep. All right.
No, I was on mute.
Oh,
I was on
okay.
mute. I wouldn't just bounce.
What's your total power? I'm just curious.
You guys couldn't hear me, but I was saying I'm looking at dim right now. 963 base.
Mm-hmm.
I can get them up to 978.
Damn.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah, it is what it is.
That base is important. That base is going to be important if the soft cap's 950. So that means we're going to have to do powerful gear. That means we're going to have to do all the not pinnacle, but the the powerful gear stuff that flashes every week. We're going to have to make sure we get all that done.
That's fine. I don't mind. I'm usually good for a few strikes and a handful of crucible matches. And,
yeah,
I'll run a dungeon or two if I can. And yeah, I'm okay with that.
Just remember, run your lowest character on the powerfuls first, and then whatever one you want to use into trials on that weekend, let that one be your last one. If you have 3 characters.
No. I've pretty much only got time for one character these days.
I know.
And then when he gets up there, then I can start transferring the guns, and I'll run the other guys. And
sorry, I forgot.
I'm not busting out a spreadsheet to see who goes first here. Like, no, that's okay.
I hear you.
Yep.
Okay.
That's great. All right. So with an Eververse update is that we all know that bright engrams are going away, but they are going to be rotating items daily.
I like this.
Yeah. Yep. They're looking to take my remaining 10,000 bright dust. They can have it. So, yeah. And speaking of that, is the latest hubbub, which is apparently 3 shades of Vin Diesel. I believe that's.
I love this. I love this.
Yeah. So we've got the Warlock is Vin Diesel from Triple X. The Hunter is Vin Diesel from Fast and Furious. And then, according to Mega Magwitch, the Titan is Vin Diesel from Guardians of the Galaxy. He's Teenage Groot.
I'm looking at it right now. It's so funny, dude. I don't know what they're thinking when they put this together.
Man,
yeah. Well,
like you look at that image and you're just like, wow, look at that armor. Oh my god, look at this guy. He looks so cool. What the fuck?
Exactly.
So I actually like everybody else was like, yo, that Titan looks amazing.
Right.
And then people are like, bro, that's a Hunter on his forearm. That's a Hunter logo. It's like, what the fuck? That's a Hunter?
I'm sorry.
Like the Hunter looks like a Titan. And
the Hunter looks fucking beefy as shit.
The Titan looks like a drunk warlock.
The
warlock looks like a pimp. It's fucking gold.
You know what the Titan looks like? He looks like the little brother that tags along. Can't do anything.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Well, DMG actually just tweeted out, and he included like a picture of the Titan and like different shaders.
Right, I saw it.
Yep, and I don't know if you've seen that, but it still looks shitty.
It looks better. You know what it is? It's the mark. The Titan mark it's humongous. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah,
But,
it makes it look like jorts.
I like the actual the slim down look of the jacket for both the Titan and the Hunter, and the Warlock just looks pimp. Like right away, I saw that everybody's salivating to get their hands on that. It looks so good.
Warlock for the win, baby.
Yeah.
I just go ahead.
That Hunter looks fucking badass.
I was just gonna say,
Really
I just noticed the reflection in the headgear on the Hunter. God damn, it looks good.
It's the Ahamkara skull.
Oh man, that looks
Looks
so
like
good.
the old Halo Reach helmet.
Yeah, it does. Yep. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm thinking about running a Hunter or
I know you are.
Warlock.
What, you want to eat more crowns?
Because I there's nothing I can say.
For trials, it's not a bad idea. More and more you look at the way the classes work in PvP, and the Warlock and the Titan abilities, like the Wall and the Rift, they're not really good for PvP. Not for me, at least. I don't know. They don't work for me for PvP. But that dodge, and it comes back so quick. It's
And the smoke bomb.
yeah.
You throw a
There's a lot of
smoke,
utility.
and there we're gonna talk about it later, but so you can throw a smoke bomb on an orb when someone's trying to revive it. I know that's going to be used a lot in trials to keep people from reviving people.
Yep. AoE grenades, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. All right. So, final preview of the patch notes. Now, just a quick PSA. We're not going to go through all these because there's a shit ton here. And this is not complete. So, this is just a little sprinkling of what they want us to be aware of right now. So, these are some Hunter, Warlock, and Titan nerfs or changes, buffs, whatever they're going to do. Basically, long story short, they're like the popular shit. They're buffing. Or I'm sorry, no, they're nerfing. And then the unpopular shit, they're buffing to make it viable. So, all right.
Yeah, all these exotics they're listing here. They're putting everything on its head.
Yeah. So, for the Hunter, the one of them that I'll mention for the Hunter that kind of broke my heart was the Orpheus rig. The maximum amount of super you can regain from this exotic with a single use of the Shadow Shot is 50%.
That puts it in line with the Ahamkara helmet that the Warlock has.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get really more than 50% when you use that helmet. So, tit for tat, really. It's the way it goes.
Tit for tat, man. So, all right. Anything else for the Hunter that you guys noticed that stands out?
I saw that Kepri's Sting, the smoke bombs are going to deal 150% damage while wearing the exotic. That's a lot. I'm telling you that those smoke bombs with Kepri's Sting, and they already give you I think they still give you a wall hack, a wall hack, right? Or is it invisibility or a wall hack or both? Maybe I don't know. I don't play Hunter enough, but I know it has a really good bonus. But now it does 150% damage while wearing it. Smoke bombs. That's going to be crucial for. That's going to be probably a commonly used exotic for a lot of your hunters out there trying to keep people from getting revives.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But I don't play Hunter enough, so I can't comment on a lot of this stuff. I know what it is, but I don't know. I know just enough to get myself in trouble on that stuff. So I'll wait till the Warlock stuff rolls around.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Hunter though. I really am this season.
Well, you kind of transitioned to it already a little bit this season.
No, not really.
I thought you said you were going to play more Hunter.
I said that, and then I just basically gave up. So.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter plays Hunter though.
Okay.
So, all right, Titan. So two things here that I'll mention, or actually three things I'll mention, is that Dune Marchers is getting a increase of the radius of static charge to 20 meters, up from 12.
Yeah.
8 additional meters. I am excited for that shit.
Well, I bet you are.
Mm-hmm. Mark 44 stand-asides is sprinting until the overshield comes in, is now at 0.5 seconds, down from 1.25 seconds.
Dude, that is huge. I've used those.
Yep. It's fantastic. And then One-Eyed Mask is getting a nerf, but sort of a buff. Basically, they are taking away the wall hack, and then they are giving it basically the overshield again, which is going to have 6 seconds instead of 8, and it's going to be the full overshield that was that they had before. Titans had, but
it
no
only
longer
does
provides no longer provides bonus damage.
Yeah, that, and also it just has target highlighting now. Like if you're looking through a scope that has target highlighting, that's all it's going to give you. So that's a pretty good nerf right there versus the wall hack that they had. I swear to God, man, when I play Crucible, every time I kill a Titan, I'm always getting marked. You can feel that little fog go over you, you know. And I'm like, son of a bitch, does anybody use anything else on the Titan than this stupid One-Eyed Mask? Because as soon as I get marked, I get real defensive. I start playing back, waiting for it to wear off, and it does wear off faster now. But I don't know. I think this was a good move. I mean, it was well overdue, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, that's big coming from a Titan. That's a big statement.
Yeah, only because I want to use something else besides that.
So. I hear you, man. I hear you.
All right, and then Warlocks are getting all buffs because Bungie just loves Warlocks.
Get out of here.
Bungie, they're getting buffs because they fucking need it.
I don't think so. I don't need any of these buffs. I'm good.
What?
Now, the one that stood out to me was the Ophidian Aspects, because I use that in Crucible a lot. It's increasing the lunge range. I'm loving it, man. Call me.
Fuck?
Hey, just
why?
Give me my pimp jacket and just call me cheat codes.
And they're already increasing the range 1 meter anyway.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I kind of want to play with the which one is it there? The Sanguine Alchemy or something it's called?
Yeah. You want to read that? You want to read that out?
So from what I recall, you'll be able to pause the timer, they said, of your rift,
right,
by getting kills while you're in it. Yeah. So
that sounds cool.
For high level stuff, it's not really going to be too good, but you're just running a couple heroic strikes or something. You could potentially be in that rift for 20, 30 seconds. Just keep running up kills of red bars.
For boss DPS, that's going to be huge, though.
Yeah, could be real interesting.
Yeah, put on a minor, minor spec, and then just shred everything.
I like how they totally redesigned it, though. They called the new perk Blood Magic. I like that. They just said, you know what? No one's using Sanguine Alchemy. Let's just redo this whole damn thing. And that's what they did. I like it.
Yeah. Well, it was broken originally, and everybody liked it then.
Nah, I never used that. I never used it.
Yeah. So, anything stand out to you, sir, besides Ophidian Aspects and you're being able to bitch slap people from like 3/4 away from the map now, instead of just half the map?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I don't use Controverse holds. I don't use those handheld supernovas. I'm a Void Walker. I'm a Slova bomb all the way kind of guy. If they improve Devour, I might think about doing it, but I won't use the middle tree Void Walker. I think I don't know, it's just not my play style. I can't explain it, but no, I pretty much Ophidian Aspects is when I heard about that, I got excited about it. That's one that I use a lot. I know a lot how it works, and it's only going to make it better. I'm going to need it too. All those hunters with those 150% damage smoke bombs thrown at me, I'm going to need it.
Yep, enjoy that.
And my God, the shoulder charges and trials are going to be everywhere with those stupid MK44s. Well, time will tell.
You deserve it.
Oh, whatever.
You mean the Dune Marchers?
Is that what it meant? I thought it was a stand-asides.
Stand-asides get the shield. The overshield.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You'll get the overshield at a half a second.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
just you start sprinting and boom, you're going to get overshield. Pretty much.
Yep.
I mean,
Can't
half a
wait.
second, that's like a gun kill. I mean, a really good gun kill.
Yep. And then I'm going to be bringing out my shotgun. So, all right.
Whatever. Stu, do you have any final comments before we move on?
No, the changes look pretty cool. I can't wait for the new season.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, a couple of other things here, real quick. Investments. So, legendary engrams increase the number of armor sets available from 3, I repeat,
This is unbelievable.
to fucking 11.
Now, you got to explain this to me. Is it? I'm trying to read this and understand this sentence. Is it saying that they've got 11 sets that can drop in the open world now instead of the 3? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, but guys, I love my Tangled Web. Come on, I need more Tangled Web shit. I don't have enough of it.
This is why I love you, man.
Thank God. Thank God.
I'm
There's
telling you,
more
man.
armor.
I
I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna shard it all anyways. I know that they say that we're gonna change the way that the stats are dispersed, and you're gonna get a better chance at a higher stat item. Yeah, but you know what? I'll believe it when I see it. Right now, it's abysmal. These drops have been really.
It's
not
shard.
great.
It's auto shard every time, just about.
Pretty much.
I even if it's like a 55 stat, I'm like, nah, I got tons of 55s. Pass.
All of my characters are either in seasonal armor or Iron Banner armor.
Yeah, because it comes
has the
loaded.
best stats.
It comes 66 stats on it. I mean, 66 stat number. You can't beat that.
It really does kind of piss me off that the best stuff is from the season pass.
Yeah.
That's I don't mind getting good stuff from it, but it shouldn't be the best stuff.
You know what though? Here's the one thing I like about this sentence. All those, maybe there was a piece of armor in year 1 that you really liked. You may have a chance of getting it with armor 2.0 now. I don't know. I like it. I like that they're throwing more stuff in the open world. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
100%. I agree.
Yep. The other thing, though, too, is that if you have the ornaments for the armor for the faction rallies,
Yeah.
you can still put those on.
I like that.
So I'm all for that as well.
I got all those.
Yes, sir. All right. Aside from that, it's going to be launching at should be available roughly around 3 p.m. Eastern time. So that's when the scheduled maintenance is expected to end. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
just gonna work that day.
Yeah, same here, buddy. That's the reason I said Wednesday.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, all right.
Well, I do want to mention, I know we're about to move on, but I did want to mention that they fixed a lot of the frame rate stuttering and the UI stuttering on both console and PC. And I'm really glad. Just wanted to mention that because that was a big performance issue, especially if you play on PC and you hop on console every now and then and you're like, come on, man. Come on, menu. Anytime now. Come on. I'm getting shot here.
Yep.
So.
And, yep. Just one last note is that there was a community focus, and Drewski is getting a big shout out there. So congratulations to Drewski.
I like that guy. He's a really humble player, and in fact, I just tweeted at him. Everyone was congratulating him, and he was talking about how he's already got a team. He's going to play with Cami Cakes and Sides. And I watched these guys in year 1, Trials of the Nine, I guess it was called, and they would play a game, and then they would all sit in space and talk about what went wrong, what this person needs to do, or let's change it over, let's do this. And they would strategize on stream right there for everyone to hear how their thought process is going. And I loved it. And I tweeted them back and I said, listen, I loved it when you guys did that, and I hope you guys do it again, because it gives us an insight on how you guys are playing as a team. And that's how you get better, is figuring out what people are doing and maybe learn from it. So good for him, man. It's well deserved. He's been a fan of and a proponent of Destiny for a long time, so well deserved. Congrats, man. Like he listens to our podcast, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Makes sense. Never know. All right, and that's all I got.
Well, cool deal. Well, thank you, Hazel, for expounding that for us. And let's move on to our next segment right after this. Okay, for our main discussion tonight, since, it's the night, it's the week before Destiny's new season, not a whole lot to talk about, really, other than the TWABIT came out. We're going to talk about streaming services. We all seem to be tapping into these new online services and less traditional cable TV and regular traditional TV shows and stuff. We figured, let's just go around the horn here and talk about them. What we like, maybe what we don't like, some pricing, maybe a little general information on what people maybe not know about it. And we've never really had so much choice in our home entertainment these days, and it seems there's always something to watch, no matter what your taste. So I'm going to start out with some of my favorites, and I'm going to start out with, I just started this one today, and it's Apple TV. It is $4.99 a month. They give you a 1-week trial, and the site is very basic. This is called Apple TV Plus, I guess. It's the version that can go on a PC. And you literally have, I'm counting them here, like 15 to 20 banners about each show that they have. And like I said, I've watched The Morning Show and Mythic Quest, and both very good quality entertainment. From what I heard, my wife was telling me this, that Morning Show had the biggest budget ever for an original programming on a streaming service. So I thought that was pretty good. And I'm looking at some shows here. There's some one called Servant. It was made by M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan, yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to watch that one soon. There's a documentary called Visible out on television. Don't know much about that one. Another one called Truth Be Told. It's got one of the fellas from Breaking Bad in it. I can't remember his name. Not not Walter White, but the other guy.
Yeah, Aaron Paul.
Thank you, Aaron Paul. He's in that. Just a bunch of different things. For All Mankind, this was a drama about the man on the moon, I guess. There's a couple nature shows. Oprah's Book Club. It's got a little family series in here called Helpsters. Don't know much about that. Just scrolling down through here, and there's I don't know, there's some really good stories here. And one thing I did notice is they have a music documentary, which I love, which is from Spike Jonze. And it's a live documentary called The Beastie Boys Story. So I'm going to definitely check into that, because I was all about Beastie Boys when I grew up. So,
yes. A question for you, Gator.
Yeah, man.
So, do you have to watch that through like an Apple device? Is that the only way you can access that?
That's just the thing. I'm watching it right now. I'm watching it on my PC at home. Now, don't get me wrong. I can get the apps on I use Apple devices. I can get the app on my tablet or my phone or whatever and watch it through there as well. You just log in with your iTunes account, and boom, you're set. In fact, I'm going to have my wife get it on her phone too. I don't know if I think this is available on your smart TVs, and also I have the Fire Stick, the Amazon Fire Stick, and I believe I think I saw it's available there as well. So you just log in with your iTunes account, and boom, you can. I'm sure there's a little verification process, to hook it up to that device, but yeah, you can for $4.99 a month. I mean, I'm looking at all the entertainment here. I'm going to get at least. I mean, if I watch everything they have out here, and don't get me wrong, this is probably the smallest of all the streaming services we're going to talk about tonight, because it is fairly new, but it's going to be well worth it for me. I'm looking at a lot of quality programs here. So documentaries, dramas, anything from comedies. I'm impressed. And like I said, my new favorite show now is The Morning Show. So I'll talk more about that next week as I get more episodes under my belt. What about you, Hazel? I'll move it to you. What's one of your favorite streaming services out there?
So, I mean, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I saw an article and it said like this one guy, he ditched cable because his bill was like $120 a month.
Yeah.
But now he's spending $150 a month on all these streaming services.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Nickel and dime, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's all because everybody's got original content. So for me, that's what I'm drawn to, is that original content.
Yeah, that's okay.
And that original content for me is king. So, I mean, I got to go with Netflix. Their original content is pretty much, I mean, second to none.
Well, for the money you're paying, okay, it varies, but I think you pay, what, about $20 a month? Would you be safe to say?
I think it's like 13, 14, 15 maybe.
Well, I used to have the DVD service, and I finally said, I'm not watching DVDs ever. And my new computer doesn't even have a DVD drive in it anymore. So I'm like, I dropped that. So I guess I am paying about $14, $15 a month now. I mean, dude,
yeah.
I'm just looking at all of the entertainment, all the original stuff, and it just seems like I saw that article you posted of everything that's coming out on Netflix just for the month of March.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, dude. I'm not going to be able to watch all that stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking massive. And for the most part, I mean, it's mostly all quality. My only issue with Netflix is that they like to cancel things at about 3 seasons.
Okay.
So, like, if you see a show and it's getting close to that 3rd season, you can just pretty much rest assured that shit's over after this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. They give 0 fucks about canceling some good shit, apparently.
Well, I mean, they always have to rotate stuff in and out. I mean, it's like Destiny's problem right now. Stuff is starting to build up in their databases and stuff, and they have to start phasing stuff out, right?
Well, I mean, they're not phasing out their own shows, though. They're phasing out the other stuff.
Right. The stuff they get from other networks and movies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So some standout stuff from Netflix. Now, again, mainly, I mean, I'm going to go over their traditional or their content, basically. So, like Stranger Things, Lost in Space. They have some movies on there that, I mean, are not awful. Apparently, The Irishman's pretty good.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad's El Camino, sequel to that. I mean, they just have a lot of different shows, and they have a lot of relationships with other countries where they can take their shows and everything like that. And as much as Steven Spielberg doesn't like Netflix and that kind of thing, he doesn't. Who cares?
Yeah, he's a small piece of a big puzzle.
I know, he's a pretty damn big piece, though, when it comes to getting an Oscar nod and shit like that.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah. Stu, do you watch Netflix?
Yeah, actually, we have Netflix here. We also subscribe to Disney Plus.
Well, as far as Netflix, is there any shows that stand out that people should know about? while we're on the subject of Netflix, we're going to get to Disney Plus. Trust me.
Well, I know I mentioned it off the top. The Formula One show. That documentaries have really been digging that. There's actually a show that Netflix acquired them after some other publishing issues with another distributor, but it's certainly not for everybody. But the Trailer Park Boys.
I watched a fair bit of that. It was funny as hell, dude.
There's a handful of seasons, pretty much season 2, 3, a bit of 4, and then it starts to kind of go downhill, and it's like an animated corpse at this point. They're just kind of keeping it alive for no good reason.
The jokes just start getting dry after a while.
Yeah.
You've heard it all.
But actually, we switched service providers about a year ago, internet and cable. We signed for a 2-year deal. They came through the neighborhood, and Fibe was available, so we switched. And when the 2 years is up, though, my wife and I are pretty convinced we're cutting cable. Like, we just don't need it. With Netflix, with Disney Plus that we have, and Amazon Video, Amazon Prime there, like, we have more than enough crap for the two of us to watch. And the girls love Disney Plus, and Netflix has a ton of stuff for kids as well. But we don't have. We have a little bit of a different Netflix. We have CanCon regulations, Canadian content regulations. So we don't have the full breadth of available programs that you guys do in the States.
Okay.
So in a
Really?
year when our they have to have X amount has to be Canadian produced.
Oh.
So yeah, it's really weird. Other things, it's just licensing issues that are there. It's only available for broadcast in the States. Anyways, when our contract is up in the next year, we'll cut cable. I'm gonna look into getting a VPN so that I can just switch between Canadian or US.
Oh, nice.
And broaden it even further.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Very cool.
That's very smart, man. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So, Gator, what about you? Do you have cable TV?
I got everything, dude. I'm so buried every month, and I'll get to it later because I'm saving the best for last for me. But I just wanted to mention, while we had Netflix up right here and we're talking about Netflix, there is a documentary by Adam Carolla. He's big into a lot of traditional racing, what they call nostalgia racing, nostalgia cars. In fact, he drives one of gee whiz, the actor, Mr. Blue Eyes.
Frank Sinatra?
No, not the other Blue Eyes. Played in Color of Money. Jeez.
Paul Newman.
Yes.
Paul Newman?
Yes,
Yeah.
he actually races. He has a bunch of Paul Newman's race cars before he passed, and they're worth like millions of dollars. But he made it. Wait a
minute. That guy actually has Newman's Own?
No.
Sick.
No.
Newman's Own is the brand that Paul Newman has.
Yeah. I know. I caught that. I just got that now. I'm a little slow, but I'm there. There was a documentary called Uppity, and it's about the first African American racer on open wheel, and he wanted to title it something else, but it wasn't appropriate. But definitely want to watch this documentary. He's had it out for quite a while, and I'm so glad Netflix bought it from him, because he put a lot of work and time into this. But it talks about the first African American driver, open wheel driver, talking like Indy 500 and stuff like that. It's out. It just came out on Netflix. There's a new one. I'm looking at the banner right now called Spencer Confidential.
Yeah.
That one looks pretty exciting. It's got a lot of stars in it there, and I don't know. I'm looking at that maybe. You, of course, me and you both watch that one. Hazel. Yeah. It's a fantastic original show. Altered Carbon. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, the other thing that I like about Netflix is that they'll actually buy TV shows. So like Designated Survivor, they canceled that on ABC.
Right.
And then, Netflix stepped up and said, hey, we'll buy it, we'll take it, let's go.
Right.
And they've done that for that show. Longmire's another one. They don't hesitate to spend money, which is a good thing for us.
They are definitely the king right now when it comes to streaming services, because they have so much content. There is so much coming at you when you log on. It's almost overwhelming. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm on the second season of Altered Carbon. If you like sci-fi movies that kind of realistic, this is a very good series to watch. It's on its second new episode. I've been watching Inside Bill's Brain, which talks about, it interviews Bill Gates and how he thinks and all about his life and stuff. And they do it into different episodes, so it's quite a long running thing. I mentioned the ZZ Top, that little old band from Texas. Definitely want to see that documentary. Quarter Life Crisis, Taylor Tomlinson. She's a brand new comedian out there. She talks about being 25, calls it her quarter life. That looks really funny. Let's see. There's so much stuff on here.
And they have a wide range of shows too. Like they could, House on Haunting, The Haunting of Hill House was fantastic.
There's so much stuff.
They do horror TV shows. They have their own dramas. My wife is upstairs right now. I can hear her. She's watching Virgin River. Yeah. Which is some female-centric show and that kind of thing. And I'm trying to avoid watching it because I'll get sucked into it. They
have so many lists. So if you get bored and you just want to kind of roll the dice and watch something new, this is the new thing they just added. It's called Top 10 in the U.S. Today. It lists all the top 10 shows that right now are streaming that people are watching. And Love is Blind, like you mentioned, Stu, is number one in America right now. Go figure, right? And My altar card.
Here too. It's number one.
Is it? Is it really?
I think that top 10 thing is more just a way to drive traffic.
Yeah,
it could necessarily. I don't think it's necessarily reflective of what is top 10.
It could be promotional. That's definitely for sure. Pete
It's what they want.
Yeah, exactly. Pete Davidson has a new comedy series out now.
Well, it's a comedy special. Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
It was okay.
I know we can. It's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely worth a watch. I mean, it's been included. But anything else we want to mention about Netflix before we move on to the next one?
Well, I think you mentioned it right there, though, real quick. Here is that the comedy shows that they have on there are
so many.
They have a ton. Now, of course, it's a mixed bag, of course, but still, you never know.
But just the fact that it's out there, it feels like the 80s again. Feels like there's stand-up like all the time now. And me and my wife are big stand-up fans. We go to shows here in Orlando whenever someone comes in, whether it's at the Improv or at Hard Rock Live. And in fact, we just saw Patton Oswalt last week. That was a fucking hilarious show. He's a big geek, big Star Wars geek, and he goes into that. He's 51 now. He's the same age as me. So he starts... I felt like he was talking to me. I was in the audience. I felt like he was just talking right at me. So shows like that. I mean, and he has a comedy special on Netflix. And if you haven't watched that one yet, I was rolling out of my chair laughing. It was so funny. He has a young daughter as well, and he talks about all the antics they go through with her. So, yeah, man, it's got to be the king right now as far as just original content, original streaming service, not a cable provider or anything. Wouldn't you guys agree there? It's about the best out there right now, and especially for the money.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
All right, well, let's move on. Stu, you mentioned Disney Plus. Why don't we start there? What's the pluses and negatives for Disney Plus? What do you like about it? And is there something maybe that you wish they had or something?
Well, I mean, like everybody, The Mandalorian came out, and I watched that every week. It was great. Probably the most fun I've had with Star Wars since 1984. Mm-hmm. And I like a lot of what they've done with the new stuff. It's just The Mandalorian really hit the right notes for me.
Yeah.
Beyond that, there's only so many times I can watch Marvel movies. There's only so many times I can watch the Star Wars movies. I do get a lot of rotation out of The Simpsons still to this day.
I forgot about that.
If I'm doing the dishes, The Simpsons is on because I don't have to pay attention. I know what's coming before they even show it on the screen, kind of thing, right?
Right.
But if you have kids, you have to get it. Yeah. If you don't have kids, I would say it's debatable whether you need it. It's really it doesn't really do anything for me other than keep my kids occupied. All the Disney Junior stuff, all the Disney Vault collection, the princess movies, all kinds of the original programming from Disney XD channel. Like if you have young kids, it is fantastic as a companion to Netflix. But my 6-year-old, she'll be on Netflix as often as she is on Disney Plus.
Really?
So yeah.
There's a lot of kids programming on Netflix, or is she watching?
TV shows?
Oh yeah, there's a ton.
Is there really?
We have a separate profile set up for her. That's a kids profile.
That's right. I forgot about that. Netflix Kids, right?
The movies, cartoons, original stuff as well. They do.
Nice.
Spirit. Yep.
Spirit.
Yeah. Be careful watching those kids shows, man. They get actually pretty good.
So actually, she's been, I would say, in the past month and a half, 2 months, she has gotten into Full House.
Nice.
That's back on Netflix, like the old stuff, and then there's also the newer one, the Fuller House, which I think is about a year old or so. But look, I gotta tell you something, man. Looking back on this shit, and as somebody who to this day, like I said, I still will watch The Simpsons if I'm washing dishes or something. There was such a commotion in the early 90s about Bart Simpson being this bad influence on kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Fuck that. Go look at Michelle Tanner. That kid, a goddamn brat, right? And I get it. Single father, her mother's out of the picture. This kid can get away with a lot of shit. But like the way that little kid talks, she was way worse for kids growing up watching on TV and emulating than Bart Simpson could ever hope to be. And that's my rant. That's my rant over. Oh man, and Aunt Becky. Oh boy, Aunt Becky. She still looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple episodes where she had like, remember the choker necklaces? Those were big in the 90s. Holy smokes. Man, she looked amazing.
I heard she looks good in stripes too.
Yeah, she does. She does.
What's your opinion of Disney Plus? Do you have this, Hazel?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
My daughter doesn't really watch anything on it though. She does not care about it.
Really?
No, not at all. She just has no interest in it. We watched I'm trying to think. We only watched like I think the Lady and the Tramp. That was about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the Mandalorian, obviously.
Sure.
But yeah, pretty much that's it. And then it just collects dust basically.
Yeah,
but I know that we got it for a year just for that. So
I was just gonna say, I actually debated canceling Disney Plus this month because once Mandalorian was over, I don't have any kids anymore.
Yeah.
And for kids, I agree, Stu. It has so much kid programming on here. I mean, it just overflows with all their original programming that we probably grew up on some of it. It is only $5.95 a month. That is the good thing. It's very cheap for the money. But if I'm comparing it to all the other competition out there, there's just not enough new content, not enough new original stuff getting thrown in there.
No, yeah. If I had to drop one, I would drop Disney Plus.
I'm getting close to doing it, but there's a few programs that keep me tuned in.
It's also about what could be as well, because they're going to drop all the other Marvel shows coming up.
Yeah, but you can always just renew.
You can just renew.
Of course.
Subscribe again.
Of course.
Like we also share our login with my sister who has a 1-year-old, almost 2. Holy shit, my niece is almost 2. Wow. So like that helps.
Yeah.
I paid for the year of Disney Plus just straight up front because you save versus the monthly plan, and I knew we were going to keep it for that long, and we'll swap off Netflix and Disney Plus. We'll share the password with each other. It just makes more sense this way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, there's only 2 reasons why I haven't canceled Disney Plus yet. I've been watching The World According to Jeff Goldblum. It's really funny. He's just a character, man. I've always loved this guy ever since he's done his early movies. And the Clone Wars animated series, I never got to watch that. So I'm going to get caught up on these. And I guess they're releasing new episodes now even. I was looking at that article you posted. They actually are posting new episodes of the Clone Wars. So being that I'm such a big Star Wars fan, I'll probably watch the Clone Wars. And if I watch the rest of the season of Jeff Goldblum and the Clone Wars, there's really not much holding me to stick with Disney Plus. And I think they were banking on a lot of people paying that year in advance because you get a big discount or a big promotional. I can't remember what the promotion is they had. I think you buy 2 years or 1 year and you get an extra year free or something. I can't remember. It was a while ago now. But I think they're maybe banking on a lot of people who did that. But if you have kids, I agree. There's nothing beats Disney when it comes to kids. They have so much stuff out there. And at $5.95 a month, it's worth it. But I have so much competing for my time. As an adult, I would say this is probably one to be the first ones I'll drop. But let's move on to, I did mention Apple TV. It does have a free 1 week trial. It is only $4.99 a month, and it has Mythic Quest, Morning Show, that Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, Servant, the M. Night Shyamalan, Shyamalan original, the Beastie Boys. I'm probably repeating myself. Anyway, it's $4.99 a month, and the way I look at Apple TV, I'm going to burn through the content, and as soon as there's nothing else to watch, cancel it. It's that easy. It's nothing hard to do. You go to your subscriptions if you're an Apple user, and you just cancel one of your subscriptions. Let's move on to Prime Video. This is the one that Amazon puts out. It's free with Amazon Prime. I say free in quotes. It's $120 a year, give or take, for Amazon Prime now. They've raised the price a little bit. And it does have a really good variety of programs. A lot of original programming as well. Not quite up to the par as Netflix, I don't think, in my opinion. But the one thing I hate about Amazon Prime is you'll go into the main menu And there'll be stuff you'll like, oh, I want to watch that movie, and you'll click it, and it'll say rent it for $3.99 or own it for $10. I'm like, what? No. I'm paying for this service. I'm not going to pay for these movies. I go to the movie theater, so I watch most of these movies when they first come out. There's just some that I don't watch, but I don't know. It just turns me off that they put that pay-per-view crap in there. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah, it's the UI. I mean, the UI for it is not intuitive whatsoever. It's very clunky, and then they've got shit mixed in, and
yeah,
I mean, you can always go up to the top and just go to Amazon Originals and that kind of thing. But
good point. That is true. I just click on Prime Video, period, the home screen, and that makes sense. Then I'll retract that comment then.
No, but the UI is still pretty fucking shitty though. I mean, it's very basic.
They tie it into their main site, so it's there's a lot of stuff looking at you, a lot of menus, and a lot of stuff you're looking at here, and it's not as smooth and as creamy as say Netflix. I mean, it is it's a banner style. You can scroll through all different stuff, and just a couple. I'll mention first a couple things that I do like about it is The Man in the High Castle. I've watched all of those since the first series is out, and it's on season 4, I believe now. Excuse me.
Is it over now?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I know I think we were just talking to Chubby Wizard last week. He's been watching it with his wife, so that's one that stands out as very good. Another one I do like is I'm trying to find it here. And see that they have Parasite in here. They have movies that just came out that you can rent. But this is one thing I don't like about Prime is they don't have a My List. All they have is Watch Next. I guess that's My List or Watch List. Watch List.
Yeah, Watch List. Yeah.
But it's so clunky. I'm trying to figure out where is my list. It's so easy to find on Netflix, but with Amazon, it's like where is my watch list? And you have to scroll down and scroll down and scroll down, and I still don't see it. Where the hell is it?
At the top. You already probably scrolled past it.
All I have is Watch Next and Prime Movies we think you'll like.
Yo, they got the MVP on here, the most valuable primate. The hockey playing monkey.
Really?
Fucking love that guy. This guy's awesome.
Dude, I am gonna clip that soundbite. You damn right I'm gonna clip that soundbite.
That's awesome.
Dude, that's priceless.
Yo.
But yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much here, but it's not quite as it is included with Prime, so if you already have Prime, I mean, you can't beat it. And it has a lot of good original programming. I mean, we talked about The Boys, right? That was a big one. What are some other ones, Hazel, we've been talking about? I mean, I know you subscribe to this too, right?
Yeah. What's the other show? The
Hunters that we just talked about last week.
Oh, well, yeah, Hunters, and then there's what is it, Carnival Row or something like that?
Yeah, that's don't get me started with Cara Delevingne. The one, it's the one actress I can always remember because she's so bad. She's so bad.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
Ouch.
She's sick. She cannot act worth a damn. I don't know. At me. I don't care. I just don't like her, man. I mean, she's an attractive woman. She's hot, but I just don't like her acting. Anyway, God, I'm getting giddy. It must be just getting late. But anything else, Hazel, you want to add about Prime Video? I know there was
saying to fix their damn UI, but I mean they're willing to spend the money. I mean they're coming out with the Wheel of Time show coming out. That's basically some based off some books, and then they're also doing a Hobbit TV series.
Really? Okay.
Wasn't it Lord of the Rings actually?
Oh yeah,
is it Hobbit or Lord of the Rings?
It's Lord of the
Lord of the Rings.
It's Lord of the Rings series they're doing.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. We need that.
Yep.
Need that in my life. The Aeronauts. That's a new movie. It's out. That's an Amazon original. That I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's good.
I haven't seen The Boys yet, but everybody loves that.
Dude, that is the most original. Wouldn't you agree, Hazel? It's the most original show I've ever seen.
Well, fun fact: I didn't know we had Amazon Prime until about a month ago. And then we got a box, and I was like, what the fuck is this tape here? Why does it say Amazon Prime? And my wife just kind of like, oh, you know. What?
She's like, I got it for 2 days shipping.
Exactly. She's like, yeah, it was for next day shipping. I'm like, but we live like so close to a distribution center. We already get next day shipping 90% of the time.
I'm telling you, I have ordered stuff on Amazon, and it's like that afternoon I get it. It's that crazy that they can ship stuff so fast. So it's that alone, it's worth it, you know. And we buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, so it pays for itself with all the shipping costs. Everything is now, you know.
This past Christmas was probably the only time in my life I ever felt guilty about that, because I swear to God, every day was another delivery to where I don't. And it felt so, I don't know, it felt so like so lazy and wasteful.
Yeah. You felt like a consumer
every single day, pretty much.
Yeah, I know it can get that way. Some other original shows I wanted to mention before we move on is, of course, Jack Ryan.
Yeah, Jack Ryan was good. Yeah,
the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Did you guys see that one?
No, my wife.
It's very good.
Yeah, she got into it for a little bit and she bounced off. So
it's worth a watch. It's a time piece, you know. It's a 50s piece. It's a kind of a time warp, but it's so authentic. And
Modern Love, that's another one.
Yeah, The Expanse. You know, they bought that from Sci-Fi Channel, and they came out with their own season. I've been watching that, and I'm actually been lacking because I haven't finished it yet. I know Laz loves that show. Fleabag, you know, has gotten Golden Globe wins.
Yeah.
Man in the High Castle.
I watched the first episode of that. That was really fun.
Modern Love was very good. I saw all of those, and I actually saw a couple of them twice. They were that good. So Stu, that's one you and your wife want to watch. Anything else, Hazel? Goliath, definitely. Goliath is fantastic. It's about a lawyer. It's a lot, you know. It's kind of like a Better Call Saul. It's the Better Call Saul for Amazon. It's really good.
Yeah, there's Bosch. That's another show that's on there. That was
a Showtime.
Supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think they got that from Showtime.
No,
Bosch wasn't from Showtime. Oh no, it's Amazon original. Maybe they bought it out. I don't know.
No.
There's one called The Feed. It's supposed to be some Matrix type.
Yeah, that's some new movie.
I started watching it and it didn't grab me, so maybe I'll give it a shot again. Anything stand out to you, Stu, before we move on?
No, not really. I'm looking through it probably for the first time in earnest right now.
That's okay. That's all right. Well, I wanted to mention those because I've seen all those shows, just about all of them, and they're all very good. So, and there's a new one called 000. I haven't seen this yet. In fact, I'm adding it to my watch list right now, if I can ever find my watch list. So, yeah.
I'm sure Kingsley Mack is going to show you, be able to show you where it is.
I'm sure he will. Okay, let's move on to the next service. Anyone want to throw one out there that they want to talk about? I'm gonna finish with my ultimate one, but I want to make sure that we weren't missing anything.
What's your ultimate one?
Okay, Stu. You talked about how you got cable and you're gonna be cutting the cord here soon after your contract's up.
Yep.
Funny you should say that because I got to get my hand off this recording button. I'm gonna end up not recording this. I've done that before. Trust me. I am a total fanboy of YouTube TV now. This is $50 a month, and think of it this way: I have DirecTV right now. I'm paying with all the, you call them up saying, I think I'm going to cancel on there, and I had a 2-year agreement as well, and guess when it's up? This month. So my wife says, okay, you can't cancel DirecTV because we have this DVR. She records all of her shows, all of her garden shows, and all of her home shows, and it's her little pleasure when she's home from school. That's what she likes to watch, and we're cutting the cord. Oh, it's really scary because your internet goes out, your entertainment goes out. Your satellite TV is on forever. As long as you have power, you're good. But if your internet cuts out, which that's happened before in the summer, it gets pretty nasty here. you lose your streaming. So you can, to combat that, you can download stuff into, like Netflix has, where you can download shows into your tablet or on your hard drive on your computer or whatever, and they have a timer, so much time. That's a pain. You have to keep up with that. But YouTube TV, it fits me perfect because I'm paying $49.99 a month versus DirecTV. I believe I'm paying $150 a month for just not internet, just for the shows, just for HBO, which I get free because I'm an AT&T customer. But I'm getting Showtime, and that's it. Showtime and their digital package, or whatever you want to call it. It has all the main programs on it. Anyway, paying $150 a month for that. So for a third of the price, I have to use internet, but for a third of the price, I can have YouTube TV. And it's divided, when you first log in, it's divided into 3 sections. And at first, it's overwhelming. You're like, okay, I don't know where the hell I'm going. The UI they have to work on the UI. They need to work on the UI because it's a little clunky. But when you go to your home screen, you have 3 things that you look at the top. You have live TV, which you can immediately tune into. You click that, and it shows all the live TV that you, and when you first sign up for YouTube TV, they say, okay, what do you like? What shows are you watching? And you just literally just start click, 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 click. It lists everything. Anything that's on cable right now, it lists it. And for $5 more a month, I got the Showtime for this. So I'm paying $55 a month. I guess it's $60 with all the taxes and bullshit they add on at the end. So $60 a month. I've got Showtime and basically everything that my DirecTV has right now. You go to the live channel, and you literally, everything is streaming live. You can see everything live as it's on the screen on TV. And you can do that. You can click on something and watch it right away. And even if you click on it live, it can say, listen, you're in the middle of the show. Do you want to go back to the beginning and start watching it? And you can do that. It's awesome. Then there's a second tab called Home. And what the Home has, it lists all the shows that are top picks, the stuff that you really like, and they have sense that you're watching a lot of every week. They list that at the top. They also have resume watching, stuff that maybe you cut off and didn't finish watching. And then they have shows, and shows are all the stuff that you clicked. And I mean, it's just a mountain of stuff. I mean, it scrolls forever. Whatever shows you like watching, like I'm looking at Masked Singer right here.
Do they have any original? Oh, they have original content too.
They really have pretty. That's the downside, is they have really piss poor original content. And I don't think the only exception is Cobra Kai. I really like that series. It's the only YouTube original I've really watched that I really love. And I'm done with all the seasons on it. I'm waiting for the new season to come out. But I'm a product of the 80s, so Daniel LaRusso and the Karate Kid and all that was big when I was a kid. So this is more of a nostalgia thing. But the show's not super high production, but it's good enough. It's better than a CW. It's not a CW show. It's a little bit better than that. It keeps you entertained. But
yeah,
the great thing about this is, though, each of your family can have its own page. Up to like 6 or 7 people can have their own shows, their own DVR, their own thing that I'm just talking about right now. Everyone can have their own specialized page when they log in. And all you do is tie it to your device that you're using to watch it. And it's available on Fire Stick or smart TVs, and everywhere you get streaming stuff, it's available. And the last thing I love, the last of the 3 tabs, is called Library. You click on this, and it lists every show that you've picked automatically gets DVR'd. Every show. I have 92 recordings right now, and I just started up this program. I mean, I think I'm a month in, maybe 2 months in now. And it'll first list your most watched, like Saturday Night Live, America's Got Talent, This Is Us, Cobra Kai, which I told you about, Masked Singer, Homeland I've been watching and catching up, The Voice just started up, Better Call Saul, everything that you watch, Shark Tank. There's a new show from AMC called Dispatches from Elsewhere. I'm starting to watch that one now. I don't know enough about it yet. I'll talk about it next week. But you go down to recordings, and it lists everything. And this is unlimited. You have unlimited DVR space. The one thing that I always hated, my wife always freaked out about with DirecTV, is that our DVR would run out of space. And it was a huge DVR. It held like a shit ton of programs. But my wife would freak out when it got above 50%. She didn't like that. So she would binge and watch a bunch of shows just to get it below that 50% mark. Don't ask me why. She's my wife. But we were always worried about actual hardware, physical hardware that stored all these programs. And then the other thing I didn't like about satellite is we get a lot of storms here. And they say they've improved it. You still can DVR a show and half of the show not even show up because the satellite cut out during the recording. So what YouTube TV does is it live records everything that you picked that you like to watch. And you can pick anything you want, dude. Anything. I've got news. My local news comes on. I've got the last 7 episodes from WESH2 News here in Orlando. Everything. And it's all for $50 a month. You just can't beat it. You just can't beat it. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, though, is to me, I mean, we cut the cord maybe, I don't even know when now. But, I mean, I don't miss it. I don't need to watch anything right now.
Yeah, I get that.
That's my thing, is it's like, it puts you more in control of your own schedule. You can watch shit whenever you want.
Right.
You're not beholden to saying like, oh shit, it's Tuesday night. And right. I mean, now of course, you do have those shows like Game of Thrones was that way, The Outsider,
yeah,
shit like that, where it's like, okay, hey, it's, this is an event. It's not just, it's not just TV, it's HBO. Uh-huh. But it's just that. So
I will state here, if you want HBO, Showtime, you're gonna have to pay a la carte for that. So that's the one downside. You're not getting HBO included in this, so you're gonna have to pay. I think it's $5 or $10 a month for HBO to be added. But I mean, it's a no-brainer for me because I'm already paying a little over a third of what I'm paying now, and I've got these other streaming services as well. So I am streamer poor right now. I mean, I'm just getting. I'm getting drained every month on all these services, and like I said, after spring break is over, I'm cutting the cord, dude. I'm done with satellite TV. I'm done with cable TV. Yeah. So, Stu, do you have any questions on this on YouTube TV at all, or
no, not really.
I think I went into it pretty well. Anything else before we move on? Any other streaming services? I know we have HBO Go. I mean, that's how I've been watching on my computer. I watch almost everything on my computer now. And HBO Go is really good. It's a little clunky. Yeah. I don't know if you watch it this way too, Hazel, but
I have HBO Now.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
Same concept, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little clunky because getting to your programs and stuff, it's a lot of flash, it's very pretty, but it's a little clunky to move around in it. But once you do, you're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also have Hulu. And it's, I mean, I like Hulu. It's pretty awesome. It's basically, again, it's like, shit's on the TV the next day, and then you're just like, all right, this is great. Now, they do have some agreements with some places where they're showing it early. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, yeah, this ain't bad. Okay. So yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. I had a question. I have Hulu still. I'm about to cancel it because I just don't watch it. Any TV shows? I know they get a lot of TV, a lot of the major network shows on there. That's their big deal. But they have to force you to watch a commercial. I don't like that. Do they have a premium version where you don't have to go through that bullshit?
Yeah, they do.
How much is it?
Fuck if I know, but yeah.
Okay. See, I'm paying
I think it's like $10 or $12 or something like that.
Okay. So I'm paying like $6.96 a month or something. I can't remember, but it's. I got I guess the cheap version, but I mean, there's some original programming that they do have on it, and they're bringing in some more shows that I've heard, but. There's just too much competition for my time, excluding video games. Entertainment wise, there's so much competition for my time now. I'm probably going to be canceling Hulu. But
yeah, I mean, for sure, I mean, but if you're offsetting it with something else, and you're not really losing anything.
Well, I've already got YouTube TV, which covers all the major networks, so I don't really need it anymore. But maybe you might because you cut the cord. You want to watch the network show still, but not have to pay for cable, right? Is that the premise there?
Well, it's just not even that, really. It's just that we picked up Hulu because, what the hell was it? Just like some of our shows that we wanted to watch. So, like, I think at the time we were watching This Is Us and some of the stuff like that. And it was like, hey, we can just do this, and it's a shit ton cheaper than watching it on network TV and that kind of thing. So
yeah, I got you. Stu, any comments on Hulu? Are you a Hulu fan or?
No, we don't actually get Hulu up in Canada.
Okay, it's probably a good thing actually.
We have other service. We have a service called Crave that we had subscribed to for a year because it was free when we made the switch to the new provider, but we canceled. It just wasn't worth it for us.
Yeah.
Once Game of Thrones wrapped, I didn't want to pay the extra for the HBO, and you look at what was available through Crave, and it didn't really do anything that was above and beyond Netflix. So we got a pretty solid rotation between Netflix, Disney Plus, and now Amazon Prime. So
yeah, and there is some overlap too. So it's like you're probably some services are probably more than what you need if you already have another service. So yeah, I get that.
Well, it's all. And my wife also subscribes to this other thing called Hey You, which is just streaming for reality TV shows.
Oh, that's cool.
And she does it all through her phone. But now I'm looking, and you can actually integrate the service through Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Which is good because we have the app on our TV in the living room. So just keeping it all integrated, that'd be nice.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Nice.
One honorable mention I just did want to mention because I do subscribe to this is CBS All Access. There's only one reason I'm subscribing to this. It's a little pricey. It's $10 a month. Is Star Trek Originals, Discovery, and the Picard. And as soon as those shows are done, I'm dropping it because all it has is just what's on CBS. I mean, I'm sure there's a few other originals programming out there, but I just got it strictly to watch the Star Trek original movies or shows, series, whatever you want to call it. So I just want to mention that as well. It's $10 a month, a little pricey, but if you're a big Star Trek fan like I am, you might want to get it, watch these shows, and then cancel it. I don't know. Any other comments before we move on to our Discord questions?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. I know it was a little longer than I was anticipating, but I don't know. It was just something fun to do. We talk about entertainment every week, and I figured, you know what, let's talk about the streaming services. And, some people out there may not know about it. Maybe everyone does, and we're just wasting time. But I wanted to mention it. If it was a good idea, I think you came up with this idea, Hazel. You got some good ideas, man. All right, so let's move on to our Twitter and Discord questions right after this. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. It's a Twitter and Discord questions. This is where our Discord, our community surrounding Discords like to ask questions of us, try to embarrass us, make us blush. And we also have questions that are asked to our guests occasionally. So thank you for that, guys. Hazel, why don't you pick out of the basket first, man? Why don't you start with the first one?
All right. So, question from Chubby Wizard. Question for Stu. Is there any product or service available in the States that you can't get in Canada that you wish you could?
Yes, the chicken sandwich at Popeyes. We have Popeyes up here, but it's a different chicken sandwich.
What?
Better or worse?
Apparently, it's not the same. I don't know, better or worse.
Okay.
Different people say different things, but yeah.
That's like heartbreaking to me.
Yeah, the new one that they have.
Gotta ask this one. This is from our good old crazy Uncle Scumdeath.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Question for Stu Kotz. What is your real name? He's laughing. And
no, that's it. That is my real name is Stu Kotz. It's this dick.
Question asked, question answered. Okay.
I like this one.
Yeah,
hey guys, when I was about 19, I absolutely loved a romance movie called Can't Buy Me Love. It starred a young Patrick Dempsey. It's so bad, but I loved it. What is your most embarrassing movie that you love?
That's a great question.
Uncle Scumdeath.
Can I go first?
Absolutely, dude.
Of course.
All 9 Star Wars movies.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Not one of them is a good movie, but they're all so much fun. I like them all. I do.
Yeah. It's fantasy, it's sci-fi. Hazel, you want to go or you want me to?
Oh, you can.
Okay. There's a movie I watched in the early 80s called Better Off Dead. Had John Cusack in it. Do you guys remember this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember he had this piece of shit pile of parts in his garage, and all of a sudden his French girlfriend and him are working under it a little bit, and like 2 days later there's this 1969 jet black Camaro coming out of it. And I was like, yeah, right. About the ski slopes and about the popular skiers, ski dudes, and it was like a high school type show. High school drama type show, but
there must have been a montage sequence.
Oh, of course.
You know that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the 80s. Yeah.
Always.
All right, Hazel, lay it on us.
All right. So I've got a lot of these, so I had to try to figure out one that I wouldn't be too embarrassed by. I decided to go with Once Bitten with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And Lauren Hutton, where she's the vampire and
Great.
she bites Jim Carrey and he's like, "What am I doing?" So.
And just for the record, Uncle Scumdeath, Can't Buy Me Love, I love that show too. I watched that one as well. I'm an 80s child. All those movies just click right with me. And when he was on the, I don't know if you guys remember this, he was on the riding mower, and she was sitting kind of tandem and kissing him while he was riding the lawnmower. So funny. Ah, damn. Okay. I'll get some more serious questions here. I'm curious what Stu has to say about this. This is from Chubby Wizard again. Question for the show. Will you guys be playing Trials when it comes back? And did you play in Destiny 1? I only played Trials once or twice in Destiny 1 because I am truly awful at PvP. But I will be jumping in this time to try and get some of that gorgeous looking loot. I'm going to start with you, Stu. You going to play Trials, man?
Yeah, I think I'm going to make a more of a solid effort to regularly get a card or two in. I didn't really play too much in D1. Just if I was, in a group with people and they wanted to play it, all right, fine, I'll give it a whirl. Yeah. It just doesn't flow with how I play PvP. In that it's elimination, right? So you die, you got to wait for a res. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll run off a 5 or 6 kill streak and then I'll die 3 or 4 times in a row. So it just never really hit the right note for me. But I'm going to try it. Be a little more patient, a little more strategic, and see what happens.
I tell you, watching streamers play this when it comes out will be a big help in your strategy. Watching how the top tier players play,
I refuse to watch. I don't watch any streams. I can't.
I got you.
If I have free time, I'm playing. I can't watch other people.
I get it.
Yep.
There's times when I'm doing office work and I'll be like, I'll have it on the background, and I'll maybe lock in on a really tight play, that really close play or something. I'll look over and lock in on it and see how he handles this 2-on-1, things like that. But then it's generally just background noise. Unfortunately,
I think what might be more beneficial for me is if I actually started doing game capture of my own stuff, because everything looks so much clearer in hindsight. Like, well, I should have done this. Of course, I played that wrong. I don't know.
It's one of my
that's a little better.
It's one of my things I always say when I do Crucible episodes is record and watch your gameplay. I do that all the time. And it's hard to do because you have to literally go back and watch. It's like you could be playing, instead of watching, just like you said. But I meant to ask you, are you strictly on Xbox?
No, Xbox and PC.
You're on PC. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's all. I need to get your friend code later on Steam, so if you ever need one for whatever, I can jump in.
I need to play on PC more often. I tend to play on Xbox a little more often. The setup that I have, I can literally bounce between my living room and my basement without missing a beat. So
nice.
Yeah, I ran a bunch of HDMI behind the wall, but when we were finishing the basement, snaked it up through the floor up into the living room. It's all interconnected here.
Very nice.
Fancy.
Nice clean look. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Just want to throw it out there. I really want to play Trials on PC, but I don't have a team. And this is the one thing I've always had a problem with Trials in the past. And I did play in Destiny 1. I went flawless. In Trials of the 9. Yes, I had some help. I'll just throw that out there. I had some help. Because I'm mainly a solo player when it comes to Crucible. This is the one hang up I have with Trials is you have to have a team. Yes, I get it. It's just like raids. You have to have a team to go in and raid. I get that. But I tell you what, they've been experimenting with this competitive playlist, this freelance one. I tell you what, when I go play freelance and play solo comp, it is really good because most of the people in there know how to play the game. And if you're a good PvP player, you'll realize what your teammates are doing and you'll work together with them. And you don't have to say a damn thing to them. There can be zero communication and you can still play the game. And I'm telling you, if Trials has a solo, a freelance playlist, I'm sure they're not going to have it right off the bat. But if they add one later, they will increase so much traffic to this game type. Because it's the major hang-up I have with Trials is the fact that you have to have a team. On my last clan, we were a raiding clan. We didn't play PvP. If we did, people would play for a while and then they would go, all right, I'm out. I'm tired of getting my ass kicked. And I would stick around because I just love playing it. But I don't know. What about you, Hazel? I haven't heard your opinion on this yet.
Am I going to be playing Trials?
Yeah. Okay,
of course. Good. You know, yeah, whatever. You know, I'm fine with getting, you know, my ass handed to me, you know, for 3 losses in a row. It's okay with me, you know. I think the guys on, what the hell? The original podcast that got me into
Dad Tales?
Destiny Pod.
Oh.
No, before, fucking Bushman Bob and
Destiny Addicts.
Yeah, Destiny Addicts. Shit. Thank you.
Okay.
Those guys did free lighthouse, or not lighthouse carries, but free tower carries.
Nice.
Or reef carries. That was what it was, because they would basically lose and then they have to carry you back to the reef to get in your cart again.
I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like
nearly
that.
as nice as it sounds.
I don't like that boon system. I hope they don't do that. Where you have to go and renew your boons at the tower or whatever. I hope we don't have to do that. But, you know, they're probably going to have bounties and stuff. So, you know, you're still going to be able to, you know, they said every game counts in their trailer, right? So that means every game will go towards, as long as it's going towards something. You know, if I play for 3.5 to 4 hours, I get to finally 6 wins in a row. And then I get my ass stomped. That's 6 hours I've just wasted or 3.5 hours. I just wasted my time. And I don't like that. I don't like that. And I think I'm hoping they have an answer for that. I really do. I understand it's connection based and it's card based, but maybe with a solo a solo queuing playlist, a separate playlist from, you know, all these stacked three teams against 3 teams in there. Maybe I really hope they have an answer for this, because this is a major problem with Destiny and Trials, is because a lot of guys out there like to play PvP like me, but they don't have a regular killer team out there that runs it every weekend. So that's my opinion. So, all right, Hazel, why don't you grab another one?
All right. I like this question here.
Okay.
Uncle Scumdeath. I'm crap at cooking, but I did pulled pork for the missus, marinated it in curry sauce for 12 hours in the slow cooker, and she loved it. Have you ever impressed your other half with an amazing meal? I'm anxious to hear Stu's.
I'm just waiting for him to.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't cook. I don't cook. No, I don't cook. I'll barbecue. That's about it, though.
That counts, man.
We learned many years ago that I should just stay out of her way. My wife is also a very, very good cook, so I'm more than happy to acquiesce and just let her do her thing.
What about you, Gator?
When I was first married, I made beef stroganoff for my wife. That's a big deal for me. I actually got the cookbook out and I put all the ingredients together. She's at work, and when she came home, I had it all ready for her, and she still remembers that meal to this day because that's the last meal I cooked. I mean, I am a terrible cook. You know what I cook? I can cook an egg. I can cook scrambled eggs really well. I can make oatmeal pretty good too, but that's about the extent of it. No, don't get me wrong. My wife can grill a steak much better than me. But I'm learning from her how to do it. It's all about turning quickly, not letting it sit on one side. You know, it's always about the turning. And now that she doesn't eat meat anymore, it's like, shit, our barbecue grill just collecting dust out there because if we ever have anything at home, it's usually some kind of vegetarian meal. I mean, don't get me wrong, black beans and black bean tacos are awesome, but it'd be really nice to, You know, every now and then I'll bring a ribeye or I like sirloin. Bring home like a good top sirloin at home and marinate it, in the refrigerator for
you
a
like
day.
your meat. I get it.
I like my meat, man. What about you, Hazel?
I do most of the cooking. Not all,
Really?
but a decent proportion of it. And yeah, I love cooking. I just, she's a baker. So for her biggest issue is basically she likes doing things precise. So if it's any type of deviation, it kind of throws her off a little bit. She has to be exact in everything that she does. So
cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got one from 15-minute Teasbot. This is Skull Reaper. What is the greatest band of all time? I think it's either Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin. Stu, what do you got for this one? So many bands, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Come back to me.
Okay. Hazel?
Oh man.
That's heavy, man. Greatest band of all time? I don't know. I'm still thinking.
I mean, that's a loaded
I don't know.
question,
I don't know that you can answer that. I really don't know that there's an answer.
I agree. I think that's a loaded question. I'm afraid if I throw something out there, it'll exclude something that I might think is better. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I can see Led Zeppelin. I can definitely understand that, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I mean, those are solid answers, but all time, damn. I mean, maybe if you separate it into past bands as best of all time and maybe the best somewhat current band of all time, I don't know, man. I would say current band of all time is Foo Fighters for me. If you were talking current, like 1990s forward, but back 1990s or before that, man, there's so many super groups out there. You got Foreigner, you got obviously Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, you got Steve Miller.
Lots. Yeah.
I mean, where do you start? Where do you end? ZZ Top, we just mentioned them. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, Skull. I'm sorry we didn't have a good answer for you there, buddy.
Too many.
Too many to
good
list.
ones.
Yeah. All right, Hazel.
All right. What is the worst thing you've done to a sibling? My brother pissed me off big time, so I just threw a dart at him and stuck him in his leg. I got in trouble for that with my parents. Uncle Scumdeath.
I've got one, but I'm embarrassed to talk about it. You guys got anything?
Yeah, I got one. When we were younger, I might have been 10, so that would put my sister at 7. And we were out at a restaurant, and she had gone to the bathroom. So I took her straw out of her drink, and I sucked up ketchup into the straw so that it was right up to the top. And then I put the straw back in her drink. So when she went to take a drink, she got a mouthful of ketchup, and she was, oh boy.
She was super happy.
7-year-olds love ketchup, but not a mouthful of it when you're expecting like apple juice or something,
Oh my God.
That's awesome. I'm gonna.
There were tears. There were tears.
I'm gonna use that. Oh man, how about you, Hazel? You got anything?
I would if I had a sibling.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. My brother's 2 years younger than me, and our fights were epic. My brother and I both went at each other all the time. We were both hyper competitive, and there's one moment that my mom always likes to bring up, at those family reunions, that you don't want to hear about, but you hear about them about every 3 or 4 years. My mom and dad went out to watch a movie or whatever. This was when I was probably 10 and my brother was 8. And the babysitter, was a babysitter. She sat on the couch and watched TV and didn't really pay attention. I would put Vaseline all over my brother. I mean, all over his body. I mean, let's get G-rated here, guys. All over his chest, all over his face, his hair, his legs, everything. And then I got baby powder and just put it all over him. He looked like a ghost. I mean, quite literally. And my poor brother, I tortured the hell out of him so much when he was younger. And then he grew taller than me and he started kicking my ass. So I guess, that's what goes around comes around, right? Yep. All right. A couple more here. All right. Let's ask this one from Drafty. It's a pretty good question. He says D3 is announced, and with it, Bungie states that you will only be able to carry over what is equipped on your character. Your vault and alternate weapons will be deleted. What do you choose to carry over so you get 1 armor set each character and 3 weapons in each slot? What do you pick? Well, don't everybody talk at once. Well, I already mentioned Ophidian Aspects will be my gauntlets. And then, I don't know. Armor's not that important to me. It's more about weapons. I would say for me, a Bygones, with a God roll Bygones, probably going to be, any of the God roll. There's a ton of them out there. I would pick my Telesto in this little center spot because Telesto is the besto. And probably a Hammerhead because it's an all-around great heavy weapon. That'd be my pick. And okay, subclass doesn't matter. Yeah. That's my pick.
I gotta back you up on the Bygones. That would definitely be coming with me. I've got a few really nice options.
Yeah.
One in particular. I would bring my Erentil as well.
Good
because I've killed so many people with that in PvP and made so many people rage. I would just hate to lose it. And
it's not
for
worth
the
it
heavy, you know what? Just to make sure that it's in Destiny 3, the boop cannon.
Okay.
Nice.
That'll work.
All right.
Hazel?
Mine, I'm a whore. So, I'm going to go with, I just got to say it. My Blast Furnace, God Roll, Blast Furnace. Then, in my energy weapon, I got to go with the Recluse.
Okay.
Even if they nerfed it, it's still fine. It's still great to...
It's still fun.
Yeah.
And it's legendary.
Yeah, and it's all PvE, basically.
Okay.
And then, regarding a power weapon, I think I probably have to go with like the 21% Delirium.
That's a good one. It's a good bullet. Bullet
just to be an absolute whore about it. So.
Okay. All right, Hazel. Take us out, man. You have the last choice.
Oh boy. Actually, how about this? Stu, are you looking at the questions by chance?
I was.
Okay, I was going to say.
I can again.
No. If you want, you can. Why don't you pick the last one?
Good choice.
Let's see here. Hang on. Damn it. See all pins. All right, here we are. From Uncle Scumdeath. What are your all-time favorite sports stars?
Ooh.
Oh.
All-time favorite sports stars. All right, I'm gonna have to say Dan Marino if we're talking football.
We're talking whatever sport you want.
I'm gonna pick 2. Chipper Jones for the Braves. For baseball, and I'm gonna pick Dan Marino for football.
I just can't believe that there's a grown-ass man who walks around saying his name is Chipper. But anyways.
If you saw him hit, you'd understand.
I did see him hit. We beat the Braves in '92 for the World Series.
I know.
Thank you very much.
Touche.
I'm going to say Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah,
because if you guys have ever seen the 30 for 30 on Bo Jackson, do yourself a favor and watch it. Okay. That guy was so goddamn strong that he tore his own hip. Like, a guy was tackling him and he was like, nah, fuck that. I'll just rip my own hip and keep going. And anybody that could be an all-star in 2 sports at the same time.
That's true.
Like, the guy was just built like a fucking tank, too. His legs were massive.
Guy was made to play, man.
Yep.
It's awesome.
What about you, Hazel?
All right. So for me, I'd have to go with, I mean, one of them, no, this is not a cop-out. This isn't because of timely and shit like that, but Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Only because he was always the underdog, because he always compared himself to Jordan, because he always wanted to be Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So he always tried, and he basically he never made it there, but it was just every time you interviewed him or anything else, he was always just like, hey, I want to be better than Jordan. Everything. It's what his whole life revolved around. And I appreciated just hearing that, that he had that drive to want to be better. And then besides that would be somebody who was actually at the top of their game, and that'd be Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Wayne revolutionized the game. Completely, totally turned it on its head. His numbers are so gaudy to this day. Like, nobody's touching those things.
Yeah. It's just fascinating.
So, but I just posted in the
I just
group
saw
chat there.
I just saw it. Nice.
The old Bo Jackson, Bo Knows commercials.
Yeah, I remember those.
And as soon as you said Wayne Gretzky, it's about halfway through, around the 20-something second mark. Start right there.
Okay.
So it's the Bo Knows campaign.
Yeah.
For any of your listeners that might not recall or be too young, Bo knows baseball, Bo knows football, Bo knows basketball, Bo knows wrestling, Bo knows boxing, and all these different sports stars from these sports are the ones saying it. And then it shows a bunch of hockey clips, and Wayne Gretzky just skates up and goes, "No." That's it.
I remember.
No.
I remember that.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you, everyone. Great questions as usual.
Yes.
Thank you for submitting them. And we just want to remind you that we do put out a weekly tweet, usually when I remember. And we always announce our guests ahead of time in our Discord channel at announcements. So if you have questions for our guests coming up every week, we do announce it, let you know, we give you a little warning. But if there's anything you ever want to ask us, guest or not guest, put it in our section in our Discord podcast questions, and we pin everything, and we do ask everything. I mean, as long as it's tasteful. I mean, this is an explicit show, but I mean, I don't want to gross people out. But let's move on now to our final part of our show. This is where we like to pick 2 songs for our Guardian Down playlist. It's kind of a little sprinkling of what the 3 of us here like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Down Cast playlist on Spotify. I, of course, put links in all the show notes if you want to directly go to it and follow it. And now iTunes, which we will have a link as well. So for all you Apple guys out there, I'm going to go with Stu. Stu, I sense we have a theme tonight. I'm going to start with you, man. What are your 2 picks for our Guardian Town Cast playlist?
Yeah, so I didn't realize that this was just going to kind of happen this way, but I picked 2 songs from a band that I absolutely love. They're more popular songs. In fact, I would say that they are pretty fucking depressing, actually, both of them in their own right.
Okay.
But the band is the Tragically Hip. Now,
very nice.
When we did Dad Tales podcast, we started our playlist, and we would be adding songs and everything else, and then over time a bunch of other podcasts kind of took that idea and ran with it. And it is my objective that in any situation that I am asked from here on out to put a song on any kind of playlist, I'm going to try and pick a hip song, because you know what, actually, now we can circle back. Earlier in the show, you asked what was one thing that Americans might not know about Canadians. We have this bizarre need for validation. Like, look at all this cool stuff that's Canadian. Love our stuff. Except for the hip. The hip is like, we love them. You can't have them. Like it sounds ridiculous to say, but they are ingrained in the culture of this country for those of a certain vintage. Like for me, I hear a hip song and I'm on a patio drinking a beer, or I'm on the dock of a cottage. You know what I mean? Like I'm on a lake. It's just there's a certain magic to it.
Yeah.
Very poetic. Very. A lot of their songs are really dark and just sad. There's some happy stuff too, but anyways, the first song is "Fiddler's Green" by the Tragically Hip. It's off an album called Road Apples from 1991. Beautiful, beautiful melody, just incredibly sad. It's about the lead singer's nephew who died when he was 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really, really dark. But, it's a tribute kind of thing. It's a very touching song.
Sure.
The other one is also from Road Apples, from the same album. It's called A Long Time Running. And it's just a really beautiful melodic kind of tune. Slide guitar is used in there. There's elements of like folk rock and blues and country even in their stuff. It's just it's really nice. It's really nice stuff. Take a listen, grab a beer, and enjoy.
All right.
Nice.
Well, cool. I'm gonna let you finish it out tonight, Hazel. So I'm gonna give you my first 2 picks here.
I appreciate that.
Since you're always the last to add the songs, why not? All right, just a little jab.
I got a story for that. Yeah,
just a little jab. My first pick is, in fact, both of my picks tonight are going to be inspired by that documentary I mentioned earlier, called "A Little Old Band from Texas." Yes, it's ZZ Top. This is my all-time favorite song from them. It's from the 1973 album Tres Hombres. It's La Grange, a mix of blues and rock. And man, this is a song, you could play this song before I do anything and it will fire me up to go for it. Let's go get it done. It's a good song for that. And it's a blues song, but they have this certain style where they rockify it. I can't explain it. Watch the documentary, you'll find out. My second pick is something newer from ZZ Top, and this was my favorite album from their my favorite song from their 2012 album La Futura. It's called "I Gots to Get Paid." It's a throwback to how kind of the music industry works, and they kind of look back on how everything kind of went back in the day. So, yep, those are my 2 picks. Hazel, what do you got?
All right. Well, so the reason why my picks were so late this week is because with everybody else picking 2 songs from like one artist, I was trying to scour everything and I wanted to do something that we haven't picked before. So yeah, I was trying to be original and I ended up going with Blue October, Sound of Pulling Heaven Down, and You Make Me Smile.
It's a great band.
I know, right? I didn't even think about them until today. I saw one of our admins walking around, and she was wearing a Blue October T-shirt, and I was like, "Oh!" So, yeah.
Is that what album is that from? Do you remember what album that's from?
Yeah, it's from Foiled.
See, I don't have that album, and I immediately went to iTunes as soon as I saw you post those. I went to iTunes and immediately downloaded it because I haven't heard Blue October in a long time, probably the early 2000s.
Yep, exactly. So,
damn, guys! I think we done it. I think this show is done. I think as 30 and Still Gaming would say, I think that's episode 30. Is it 32? Damn. Episode 32 in the can. Hey, Stu, I can't say it enough, man. Thank you very much for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man.
We lucked out that you didn't get bottle duty tonight. I guess she must have been looking out for us.
I was texting my wife back about 20 minutes ago, like, can you just give it to her? I'm almost done.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. Sorry, dude.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Oh, man. Well, hey, where can everybody find you or find more about you, Stu?
I can usually be found on Twitter at Stugazzo, STU_GATZZO. And
say it.
Don't forget the underscore.
Thank you.
I would never say that though. That was always Justin would always say.
That's true. I I remember he would say that. He would always add that at the end.
All the time.
So classic, dude.
Hmm.
Hazel, I'll bet you, man.
All right. Well, just a quick plug for Stu's Twitter page. It is actually full of laughs.
Oh dear.
Oh, I gotta check this out.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's only slightly controversial too.
I saw his last tweet, a little political tweet. I love it.
Which one? The one of Bernie Sanders looking at the Traveler?
No, the one before that.
That one's pretty good.
It's classic.
Who was saying that they were playing Just Dance with their wife and kid?
Me.
Okay, yeah. Well, go take a look at my pinned tweet. You might enjoy something.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yeah, I ruptured a testicle while I was filming that video.
Oh my god! Awesome.
That is great.
Oh man.
All right, and I am Hazelnut, anywhere and everywhere.
Gotta love the branding. You can contact me via the Twitter at Todd the Gator. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4 as Gator, G-A-T-R, all caps, underscores in between, and Gator space GDC on Xbox. Stop by my YouTube channel if you like. It's G-A-T-R underscores all caps. And I'm well over the 100 mark now in subs. Thank you all who have stopped by to sub, even just to watch an old man play Crucible and get embarrassed. You can find our podcast here on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, which is kind of my new favorite now. I like that one. And anywhere, basically, you can get podcasts. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at guardian_D_cast for any show notes, whatever you want to talk to us about. We do accept DMs if you want to DM us something on Twittersville. We have a fantastic Discord as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast, and I'll post the show notes in the link. I'll post a link in the show notes as well. And shameless plug here. If you like what you hear tonight, share it with a friend. Hit that share button, whatever podcast app you're using, and pass us around. We just have a great time doing this, and I don't know, shameless plug, I guess, but just thought about it today. I said, I don't do that enough. When I hear a really good podcast, I don't share it with anybody. It's like it's mine. But we thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Toddles, and you definitely have to check out that pinned tweet for Stugazzo.
Excellent. Good night, guys.
Enjoy Bottle Duty.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I might have got a couple hours reprieve here by the sounds of it. I haven't got another text, so.
Good.
No, but this kid has been like clockwork, like between 11:30 and midnight, and then between 2:30 and 3, and then again at 6 a.m.
Oh, boy.
Every fucking night for the last maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't even know.
Oh,
I just take 2-hour naps at a time.
I was just going to ask you, how much sleep are you getting?
It's hard to say. I'll get like 6 to 7 hours, but it's interspersed in two or 3 hour windows. Like
you don't get any deep sleep. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. I end up half the time like sitting in the rocking chair with her on me, sleeping for like 40 minutes while I'm in a bathrobe, sweating my ass off. That's life though. This is the last one. My vasectomy appointment is scheduled for April 30th. So I'm really fucking pumped.
I remember the episode where you guys were talking about that.
Oh yeah,
the V word.
Oh my god, I went for the consultation a few weeks ago. It was the most awkward and hilarious thing ever. Like the guy literally is like, "Hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so. Nice to meet you. Why don't you drop your pants? Let's see what we got going on here." Oh, okay.
Going right to it, huh?
I'm gonna reach down and grab your testicles and sure enough, he fucking reached down and grabbed my testicles. He's like pulling on them. He's like, "Oh, excellent vein. I feel the vein. That's really good. That's excellent." I
Oh my God.
was like, "Thanks, dude.
like
I've been working on it. It's good."
Oh shit.
I got it from my dad. You should see his.
Classic Stu, man.
Oh man, I
Classic.
can't wait. I can't wait for real. Astronaut, rock star, porno man.